Unidome here on the campus of the University of Northern Iowa. We welcome you to playoff semifinal football here on CRMLiveSports.com. As on this Saturday night, we get ready for the second of the Class 3A semifinals here in the state of Iowa. And we hope this one is as exciting and as good as the previous game, as we've got the Mount Vernon Mustangs traveling up 380 to take on the Humboldt Wildcats. And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to the great indoors of the Unidome. Scott Unash alongside Coach John Hagerty as we get ready to find out who Dubuque Wahlert will take on in Friday afternoon's 3A state championship tilt, as Dubuque Wahlert beats Sergeant Bluff Luton in a nail-biter by a score of 17-16. It came down to special teams. A blocked extra point in the fourth quarter was the margin of victory for the Golden Eagles. They will go to their first ever state championship game in football, and they await either Mount Vernon or Humboldt. Both teams come in at 10-1. As far as the RPI is concerned, this is the number number 1 versus number 5, or number 4 seed, if you will, with Humboldt, the number 1 seed. They will be the home team on the scoreboard, and Mount Vernon will be the visitors. And John, it's always great to be in the Unidome, and this is the second time in the last 3 years that these two schools have met in this particular ball game.
That's right. If it seems like deja vu all over again, that's because it is. And we were here to bring you that game 2 years ago, and the Stangs came away a happy group that night.
They did, and we'll see if they can go 2-4-2 in this one. Mount Vernon getting to this game with wins at home over Carroll 42-6, and then the long road trip and the big-time comeback as they took care of Algona 31-28. Meanwhile, Humboldt, they got here by virtue of wins over Clear Lake 13-10 in a rematch of a game that was played 2 weeks prior to that, and then took care of the Solon Spartans in a big way, took advantage of Solon miscues and won it by a score of 35-3. And as I mentioned, both teams come in with records of 10-1. And you take a look at these two teams as we welcome you in on the Jersey Mike Subs pregame show here this evening. And a big thanks to Jersey Mike Subs and their 3 locations in the metro. The Fountains on the northeast side, the east end of Marion at the corner of Highways 151 and 13, and the Westdale area on Edgewood Road Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Jersey Mike Subs, a sub above. And you take a look at these two teams, John, they are mirror images almost of one another. It's almost a little scary and a little creepy to take a look at it. Both like to pass the ball. Both will run it a little bit. Mount Vernon scores a little bit more, 40.5 points a game to 25.7 points for Humboldt. Mount Vernon's defensive average a little bit better, but both teams are within 3 yards of one another as far as their offense is concerned. It's almost looking into a mirror for these two teams.
Well, that could be good or it could be bad. Either way, I suppose. And if you take a look also, Scott, at the total yardage for run versus pass, both teams have got about twice as many yards passing as they do rushing, too. So they're similar in that regard. One thing that I want to put out before I forget is that you were talking about the number 1 versus number 4 seed here, Humboldt being number 1. Humboldt has an interesting RPI in that not only are they the leaders of Class 3A in RPI, with 1 loss, by the way, they are the top RPI in all 7 classes.
How about that?
So they haven't dodged any of the biggies, but neither has Mount Vernon in their respect as well.
We talk about the offense, but you take a look at the defense of these two teams, and the number 1 stat that jumps out at you is the fact that both these teams have taken advantage of turnovers this year. For Mount Vernon, they have caused 13 fumbles. They have picked off 15 passes. And an amazing stat here, and I've never seen anything like this before, 62 sacks for this Mount Vernon team through 11 games. That is an incredible number. And Humboldt not bad in their own right. They've caused 8 fumbles. They've intercepted 13 passes. And so both these teams way up there as far as plus minus is concerned. They will create offense by virtue of their defense.
Yeah, this down linemen on defense for Mount Vernon. The 3 down linemen are something else. I mean, each one of them is just a handful, but then you put those linebackers behind them, and the defensive line is these guys are no garbage eaters for the linebackers, Scott. Let's just put it that way.
Of course, Mount Vernon, they have been here before many times. They have won 3 titles under the great Jim Bellamy in 1974, winning that first one, and then back-to-back in 93 and 94 as well with Bells there. 28th appearance for the Mount Vernon Mustangs all told, with 45 wins over those years. Humboldt making their 18th appearance. Not quite the storied history of Mount Vernon, but they do own a state championship back in 2006. Of course, last year was Lance Peterson. He has since moved on to Clear Creek Amana, got the Clippers into the playoffs this year. Now the keys have been turned over to Brad Meester in his first year, and all he has done is picked up the mantle and taken Mount Vernon back to the Dome.
No stranger to the Mustang Nation, Brad Meester, as he has been on staff, was with Lance Peterson for several years, 5 or 6, something like that. So the transition was seamless for Meester to come in there and just hit the ground running, and I think a great call by the administration, obvious situation, but yeah, Meester, of course, the storied lineman for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He knows football, more football than most people. He's forgotten more football than most people will ever know.
Yeah, and for Humboldt, Derek Ellman is in his 7th year, making his 4th appearance in the state playoffs, all at Humboldt. And this is a Humboldt team. You take a look at it. They have played a very difficult schedule. A lot of 4As, including North Polk. The only team to beat Humboldt was North Polk, and we saw them a week ago against Cedar Rapids Xavier, and they are in the 4A state championship game coming up next week. Played a 9-point game against those folks. Beat Algona 21-20. Also beat Van Meter, who was in the 2A semifinals. So both these teams, you take a look at their schedules, and with Mount Vernon playing Monticello, they were a playoff team, and of course Benton and Solon in there as well, and then Carroll and Algona. These teams are very battle-tested.
Well, they are, and coming into this game tonight, I don't think there's going to be many surprises for either team. I think this is jumping ahead a little bit here, but that turnover margin that you mentioned previously, that's going to play huge into this game tonight. And in terms of the scouting, I know both of these teams have had a whole week to get ready for each other. I don't think there's going to be too many surprises out on the field tonight.
No, and you take a look at the 2 quarterbacks, of course, replacing one of the better ones last year with Joey Romberg, who has moved on to play college football, is Kellen Haverback, and the junior has been terrific this year. He's number 5 with over 2,000 yards in Class 3A passing, 24 touchdowns, which ranks him 3rd, along with the guy on the other sideline, Cohen Matson, the senior. He is 2nd in 3A with just under 2,250 yards passing. He's got 24 touchdowns. Each team has a vaunted receiving core led by a superstar, Jace Jaspers, with 54 catches for Mount Vernon and 833 yards and 8 touchdowns. And Chase Flaherty for Humboldt, 47 receptions for 702 yards and 9 touchdowns. We didn't see the ball in the air a whole lot in the previous game with Waller and Sergeant Bluff Luton. We're going to make up for that in this one.
That's about to change, isn't it? Yeah, these quarterbacks are outstanding. And, you talk about Kellen Haverback. He's had a tremendous year this year. And all you need to know is that down one class on the Mount Vernon team is another Romberg, too.
Yep.
So,
who's got some looks in some of the games so far this year. Mount Vernon does have Cooper Hurd as a running back. 795 yards and 13 touchdowns. And it's kind of more of a committee. And Matson will run it quite a bit for Humboldt. He is a dual threat guy. He's run for 313 yards to go along with his 2,249 yards passing. And he's got a pretty good guy on the sideline to help him out. We talk about Brad Meester, the head coach, the former Jacksonville Jaguar and NFL player for many years. Well, on the Humboldt sidelines, this guy named Dallas Clark, who just went into the Indianapolis Colts Ring of Honor. He's one of the assistants near his hometown up in Humboldt.
All-American for Iowa, and just a great for the Indianapolis Colts in the NFL. My goodness, what more? And was it Tri Rivers you said he prepped at, which isn't too far from Humboldt. So he got back home.
Yeah, he did. And now both of them, good to see them in coaching at the high school ranks. So we've got a good one in store for you coming up, as it'll be Mount Vernon taking on Humboldt here at the Unidome in the second of our 3A semifinals. The winner is going to get Dubuque Wahlert coming up next week for the state championship. We'll take a break on the Jersey Mike Subs pregame show. Come back, have more pregame from Cedar Falls and the Unidome for you right after this here on CRM Live Sports. At Jersey Mike's, we've offered a sub above since 1956. It starts with bread, fresh baked in our stores every day, topped with quality meats, cheeses, and ingredients sliced and grilled right in front of your eyes. And don't forget to add the juice, the red wine vinegar and olive oil blend that gives a Jersey Mike's subs its exquisite zing. Stop in and visit Jersey Mike's now at their 3 metro locations in the Fountains on the northeast side and on the east end of Marion near the corner of Highways 151 and 13 and Edgewood Road in the Westdale area. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. The Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council represents 18 building trade unions in the corridor. Each union provides skilled workers for construction projects throughout the area. Union workers are highly skilled professionals who are determined to better their communities. The building trades unions are always looking toward the future. Training in registered apprenticeships is available. Visit their website at cricbt.org for more information. The Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building and Trades Council, committed to getting the job done right the first time. Back in the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Scott Unash, John Haggerty with you as we get ready for Mount Vernon and Humboldt here in this Class 3A semifinal. This is it for the semifinals. Started on Wednesday morning with the 8-man and taking it all the way through to the Class 3A semifinals coming up here this evening, and a lot of very good games. Going to be some terrific championship games coming up. The one thing we've seen, John, a lot of high-scoring games so far in the semifinals. 17-16 in the previous game as Wahlert got the victory, but I got to think we're going to see more points on the board in this one.
Yeah, the trend, in fact, all of high school football has been going that way, as the offenses just anymore are so prolific. The quarterback play is tremendous. The wide receivers are so well schooled anymore. It's just hard to be a defensive coordinator these days, Scott. I'm glad that I had it back in the old Cro-Magnon days.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that long ago, but yeah, should be a very good offensive show in this one here this evening. Some of the other pertinent stats to throw out there in the Jersey Mike Subs pregame show. We talked about the offense. Defensively, Mount Vernon stingier, giving up only 200 yards a game, 73 in the ground, 126 through the air. And for Humboldt, their defensive average giving up 289 yards a game. They do give up 150 yards in the ground, 139 through the air. I want to see if maybe Mount Vernon tries to get Cooper Hurd going a little bit to supplement the passing game in this one.
Well, he's a big physical runner, and he's got all of the tools, the athleticism. And so if they can keep him off balance and give him a steady dose of Hurd, I think that's a good game plan.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit of Cooper Hurd as far as this game is concerned coming up this evening. Time to take a look at some of the keys to the ball game. They are brought to you by the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council. They represent 18 building trades up and down the corridor, 18 building trade unions, and apprenticeships are available. Visit them online at cricbt.org. And had a lot of time to think about this. And what are you looking at?
Yeah, so obviously turnovers and penalties are going to have to be minimized. But let's go to the offense first. I think that Mount Vernon really wants to keep the Humboldt defense off balance and guessing. And the way they do that is they keep Kellen Haverbeck clean. They spread the wealth because he's got so many weapons. If he can keep the defense for Humboldt guessing, that's going to go a long way to a big Mustang win tonight. Defensively for Mount Vernon, they need to pressure Humboldt's quarterback. And they also, however, need to key on his running because he's going to break it off and do some draws and some other types of things that he loves to make plays with his feet. I think defensively, Mount Vernon's got to get off the field on third down on a regular basis and keep that turnover ratio intact. They've done a great job of it all year. Tonight's the night to keep that going. And how about special teams? I've got one special teams key tonight. Bennett Harp has got a nice leg. He knows how to kick field goals. He knows how to kick off. He's got a 47-yard field goal this year, and that could go a long way to a tight margin of victory tonight, Scott. What if it comes down to the last possession? I'd like to see Bennett Harp have the ball in his hands so he can kick a winning field goal. All right, now I've got one more that I'd like to just throw out there for the Mustang fans tonight. Overall goal. Half of both of these teams, the starters play on both sides of the ball. And we talk about this every year up here, Scott. You know from me telling you through the years that once you come in from the outside, the atmosphere inside this Unidome is much drier and warmer than the players are used to. And that can cause some dehydration problems. We saw it in the last game. A couple of guys had some dehydration problems. I think Mount Vernon is going to understand that from the number of times that they've been here, but so is Humboldt. And my last overall goal, I think that Mount Vernon has to have learned a lesson from last week, digging a hole in the first half for themselves. They need to get the lead tonight, and I think they need to take it into halftime. If they can do that, Scott, I think that's going to really put the pressure on Humboldt in a way that maybe Humboldt didn't think it was going to, and that's what I think is going to happen tonight.
All right, so those are the keys to tonight's ball game. They're brought to you by the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council, online at cricbt.org. As both teams continuing their warm-ups here, we're about 6 minutes or so away from the kickoff between Humboldt and Mount Vernon in this Class 3A semifinal. And the winner will get Dubuque-Wahlert at 1 o'clock next Friday afternoon here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. And we got a chance to take a look at our starting lineups for this one. They're brought to you by Plum Supply Kitchen and Bath. And make Plum Supply Kitchen and Bath your starting spot for your kitchen and bath remodel. They're located at 1716 Blair's Ferry Road, Northeast in Cedar Rapids. And taking a look at the starters for the Mount Vernon Mustangs on the offensive side, Kellen Haverback will be the quarterback, the 6'2", 180-pound junior. And the running back, of course, is Cooper Hurd, 5'9", 180, and a senior. 4 wideouts led by Jace Jaspers, the 5'8", 165-pound junior, along with Watson Kroeb, 6'3", 190, and a senior. Michael Ryan in there as well, the 5'9", 170-pound junior, and Cole Thurn. And the Thurn, a 5'9", 160-pound senior. Up front, it will be Joseph Briesmeister at one of the tackle spots, 6'6", 230, and a senior. Cale Reneker will be at a guard, 6 foot, 225-pound senior. Aaron Bellamy, great to have a Bellamy on the Mount Vernon roster. And in that starting lineup, the 6'1", 210-pound senior. Brady Nosek at a guard, number 58. Nosek, 6'1", 210, and a senior. Nova Lane at a tackle, 6'4", 235, and a senior. It is an experienced offensive line for the Mount Vernon Mustangs. The starting Mount Vernon defense will be at an end. Tyler Williams, 6'1", 240-pound senior. Cale Reneker will be at the nose. He is a 6 foot, 225-pound senior. He'll start on both sides of the football. Ethan Wood will be at a defensive end, the 6'5", 235-pound senior. That can cause a lot of havoc. Nova Lane will be one of the linebackers, along with Jackson Anderson, 6'1", 185-pound junior. And Kason Curran, number 31. Curran, a 5'10", 195-pound junior. Joseph Briesmeister in there at a linebacker as well. The corners and the defensive backs are A.J. McDermott. He's a 6'1", 175-pound senior, along with Chase Jaspers, Michael Ryan, and Watson Kroeb. So those are the starters for Mount Vernon. The starting offense for the Humboldt Wildcats, the left-handed quarterback. That, of course, is Cohen Matson, the 6 foot, 175-pound senior. They'll have a couple of running backs. It'll be Cash McIntyre, 5'11", 170. He is a sophomore, as well as Jackson Kirchhoff. He is a 5'8", 160-pound sophomore. So two youngsters back there in the backfield. And then 4 receivers, Mason Van Pelt, 6 foot, 190, and a senior. Keegan Grote at a wideout. He's a 6'2", 200-pound senior. Chase Flaherty He's a 5'9", 140-pound junior, and he's the leading receiver for this Humboldt team, along with a great name, Valley Davis, in there as well. Davis, a 6'2", 175-pound junior. The left tackle is Siler Brown, 6'2", 210, and a senior. At left guard is Camden Haggard, a 6', 205-pound junior. Parker Slater, I beg your pardon, is the center, 6'2", 210, and a senior. Cale Donahue is the right guard, number 54. Donahue is a 6', 200-pound junior. And Jack Guy is the right tackle. And Guy is a 6'2", 255-pound junior. So those are your starting lineups, and they are brought to you by Plum Supply Kitchen and Bath. And of course, we are indoors, and probably a good thing, because it would be a little bit of a nasty evening if we had to do what they did prior to 1998, John, and play semifinals outside, although it was Saturday afternoon.
Mostly because the wind has just been whipping today, and so being inside the climate-controlled Unidome is a blessing for us, as well as the players and the fans.
Very good, and they'll get the crowd in a frenzy here and get the music turned up and bring out the Mount Vernon Mustangs. They're going to come out of the garage door that the UNI Panthers enter the field through. And Mount Vernon will be the visitors. They're going to be in their all-white uniforms with the maroon helmets with the silver Mustang and the big maroon stripe on the pants with Mustangs written on there. The maroon numbers with the black trim. And Humboldt, even though their school colors are blue and yellow, they've got the predominantly black uniforms going tonight with the yellow numbers trimmed in blue, black pants with the big yellow stripe, the blue helmets with a cats on one side and the number on the other. So that's what each team will be wearing as we get ready to kick this one off here this evening. Getting closer and closer. We'll have the opening coin toss for you coming up here in just a little bit. And then our first half, as always, brought to you by Spinal Corrective Center. Doctors Kuehl and Kretzinger. They deliver state-of-the-art chiropractic care for athletes and their entire family. See them in the River Ridge Executive Park on the northeast side of Cedar Rapids, or see them online at spinalcc.org. Good contingent of folks coming from Lynn County. Over on the far side is the Mount Vernon captains assembled over there. Michael Ryan, along with Cooper Hurd, Priestmeister coming across, and Nova Lane, the four captains for the Mount Vernon Mustangs. This one should be a good one, and I think we're going to see some fireworks.
And we're going to see both teams coming at each other for 48 minutes here. It's going to be a lot of fun. But as even as they are matched statistically, as well as throughout the season with their RPIs and the teams that they've played, this one of those games, Scott, that very well could come down to the last possession. Who knows? Might even end up being an overtime game. I think it's going to be that tight.
Here's Humboldt has won the toss, and Mount Vernon's going to get the ball, it looks like. And there you go. So Mount Vernon will get the ball first in this one. So it will be Kellen Haverback coming out, and he will get the first crack at his high-vaunted offense, getting on the board first. Second ever meeting between Mount Vernon and Humboldt. They met 2 years ago in the 3A semifinals. We were here bringing it to you. That was a low-scoring affair.
Yeah, thrilling game nonetheless.
A 14-6 win that the Mustangs secured on that particular evening. So we'll see if they can go 2 for 2 against the Humboldt Wildcats from just west of north central Iowa, if that makes any sense, up there.
Well, south of Algona, north.
Mount Vernon knows where Algona is.
Yeah, they sure do.
That's for sure. As they took that long trip last week up there to almost northwest Iowa. Jace Jaspers and Michael Ryan will drop deep. Yeah, the final of the Ryan boys.
What a blessing they've been to Mount Vernon Athletics.
You bet. And I know Dave Ryan, his family are all assembled over there on the far side, I'm sure. Papa Dave's been an ardent supporter of Mount Vernon. As we are just about set to go for this one, as kicking it off is going to be for Humboldt. They will go kick it from left to right. It's going to be Valley Davis, and a short kick taken by Ryan at the 15, coming to the 20, trying to get to the outside. It does. 25 to the 30, up the numbers, 35, and Ryan to about the 36-yard line. So a very good return of 21 yards to start things off for Mount Vernon.
Ryan took that on the left side of the field and then made his way to the right. Didn't run as fast as he probably could have because he was looking for the blocking, and it was there.
So 1st and 10 coming up. 3-4, and basically a 3-5 look, but they'll run a couple of defensive ends up for Humboldt on their defense. 1st and 10. They'll back it off and go with the 3-man front. And here's Hammerback on the keeper up the middle, cuts it to the right, across the 40. And Kellen gets to 42, maybe the 43-yard line, as he's going to take it for a good gain of 6, maybe 7 on the opening play of the ball game.
Kellen had to take it away from the original intended hole that was there, cut back against the grain, did a nice job of getting some yardage he probably shouldn't have gotten, in honesty.
Going to go for 7, and it'll be 2nd down and 3. They'll motion with Jaspers. Hammerback back to throw, is going to throw the out. Jaspers with the catch of the 40, tries a spin move, and hit and brought down. Couple of players right there. Landon Halverson leading the way for Humboldt. And they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 3 coming up for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, not really a wide receiver screen. The blocking wasn't downfield that he maybe had hoped might be, just a dump off into the flat.
Thurn and Ryan out to the right side. Krob and Jaspers to the left. We got the Humboldt crowd below us. 3rd down and 3, near side hash at the 43-yard line. Jaspers in motion around the formation. They'll set up the middle screen. Hurd with the catch at the 45, and it's going to be close, but I think about a half a yard shy of the 1st down, John. First big decision of the night on 4th and a half a yard.
Hurd caught the ball and was immediately taken down, and it will be a yard shy. Not quite to midfield.
Well, Mount Vernon keeping the offense out there.
They're going for it.
4th down and a yard at their own 45-yard line. Play clock still at 14. Hammer back, quarterback sneak. 2nd effort. Ooh, going to be close. Real close. Needed to get to the 46. And I think they got it. They gave him a nice spot.
Generous spot.
Down. Yeah, Humboldt crowd does not like
Humboldt crowd below us in the press box here, not happy about that spot. Everybody at home breathe a sigh of relief for Mount Vernon.
1st and 10. Just underway, 9:50 to play here in the opening quarter of this 3A semifinal. Ryan in motion. Off the fake, they'll throw the quick out. Ryan with the catch, turns it upfield into Wildcat territory. And Michael Ryan will get it down to about the Humboldt 47-yard line. Good gain on 1st down. That will go for about 7.
This is what we talked about in our keys to the game is you got a lot of playmakers out there. Spread the wealth around, and so far, that's exactly what Meester's doing with his team.
2nd down and 3 after the gain of 7. Now Vernon took the opening kickoff, and they're to the Humboldt 47-yard line. Hammerback in the shotgun. He'll get it, fakes, throws this quick slant, caught Ryan, 1st down. Spun down inside the 40 and down to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 9 and a Mount Vernon 1st down.
Yeah, Ryan lined up in the slot there, and in fact, a tight slot. So it was almost nothing more than a little quarterback pop pass.
It's almost like a long handoff, what Mount Vernon is doing here early.
Well, I like the way they're attacking all areas of the field right now, though. They're keeping the defense for Humboldt off balance.
Ball middle of the field at the Humboldt 38-yard line. Krob, they'll send him out in motion to the left. Now he'll stop, trips to the right. And the RPO, handoff to Hurd, and he spins his way for about 2, close to the 35-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and a long 7.
Yeah, this is read option. They're setting up the possibility for Haverback to be able to pull that thing out and run on his own at some point.
And he will do that. Second down, long 7. Long sustained drive. Mount Vernon's kept it almost 4 minutes here after the opening kickoff. No score. First half brought to you by Spinal Corrective Center. Here it comes. Jaspers in motion off the fake. Haverback rolling to the left side under pressure, and it's going to throw the sideline and too tall, incomplete. He was being pressured by a couple of Humboldt players led by Cale Donahue, and it'll be third down and long.
Good thing he threw that out of bounds. I don't think he had any intention of trying to thread the needle to Jaspers. He had to just get rid of that and live to go another down.
4 out of 5 in the early going. Third down. They need the 28 of Humboldt. Third down along 7. Shotgun. Twins left, twins right. Haverback back to throw. Looking, has all day. Throws across the middle. Caught Ryan. First down. Nice catch on a bullet at the Humboldt 21-yard line.
Michael Ryan wide open on just a little L-in pattern there. And he was 5 yards in front of the free safety, so he had lots of room afterwards to do a little bit of extra yardage gain.
Third first down of the first drive for Mount Vernon. First and 10 Mustangs, 21-yard line.
Just a great job by Ryan of settling into his seam there and finding an open spot.
Hurd on the left hip. They'll send Jaspers in motion behind the formation. Back to throw. They'll set up the middle screen, and it's caught Thurn. And he'll get it ahead into the red zone down to the Humboldt 16-yard line for a gain of 5.
Now that's a well you don't want to go to very often there, and they've already done it twice here on this drive. Got to be careful with that.
That kind of middle screen, if you will. Gain of 5, second down and 5. A 5-minute drive. Mount Vernon eating up the clock here in the first quarter. Haverback in the shotgun, and he'll hand it off. Hurd up the middle. Had a little bit of an opening, but it closed quickly. And he'll get a yard down to about the 14-yard line. There is the tackle by Donahue again.
Well, you're in 4-down territory now, down to the 14-yard line.
So it'll be Mount Vernon 1 for 2 on this drive on third downs. Third down and 3 from the Humboldt 14, no score, 6:30 to play first quarter. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Still 8 on the play clock. Krob will reposition to the right, and they'll hand it off to Hearn. He lost the football, fell back on it at the 15-yard line. Looked to be a pretty good handoff, John, just for some reason didn't get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but we do have the Jumbotron. If they decide to show us the replay, we'll let you know what happened. I agree with you. The handoff was clean.
Bennett Harp will come in and try to put Mount Vernon on the board with a 31-yard field goal. Just inside the right hash marks out of the Jaspers hold to give Mount Vernon the lead and some points. Good snap, plays down, kick is up, plenty of distance, and it is good. 31-yard field goal by Bennett Harp. And Mount Vernon scores on their opening drive. It's 3-0 in favor of the Mustangs. We'll come back with kickoff right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Spinal Corrective Center, PC, 3800 River Ridge Drive, Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Dr. Gene Kretzinger and Dr. Janet Kuehl provide education to families on healthy living and wellness. If you want to reach optimum health and peak performance levels, or are suffering from injury, pain, and other health problems, the chiropractic care they provide can give you relief and stability. Spinal Corrective Center PC has over 50 years combined experience in chiropractic care. And athletes, let us help you perform at 100% through sports chiropractic care. Call today at 393-3996 to schedule an appointment, or go online at spinalcc.com. Spinal Corrective Center PC, delivering quality chiropractic care for the body to function at its highest level.
Plum Supply kitchens and baths, your home never looks so beautiful. Plumbing fixtures, a great variety. Transform your home with Plum Supply. Our kitchen designs are amazing. Our service is priceless. Plum Supply, touch and see. Plum Supply kitchens and baths, your home never looks so beautiful.
Back at the Unidome here in Cedar Falls, Scott Unash, John Haggerty with you. 3-0 lead for Mount Vernon. They hold it for 6 minutes and 21 seconds. And they come up with only 3 though, but 3's okay.
Yes, it is. Anytime you can come away with points, especially early in the game, all of a sudden you're starting to put a little bit of pressure on your opposition there. We have yet to see the offense for the Wildcats, but we're about to.
Mount Vernon will get ready to kick it off from right to left. They will defend the north goal here at the Unidome. As dropping back for Humboldt, I believe will be both Flaherty's back there at the 10-yard line. It will be on the near side, number 20, Cooper Flaherty. Or Chase Flaherty, I believe. Here's the kick, and this one's going to go over everyone's head into the end zone.
Thank you. That is such a weapon you don't know unless you've ever tried to call defense.
So here comes Humboldt's offense behind the left-hander, Cohen Matson. And their 4 receiver look for the Wildcats. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. McIntyre will be the setback. Matson in the shotgun. He'll bunch a trip formation to the right side. Shotgun snap. Matson will throw deep left as he got hammered, and it's going to be short, incomplete. Absolutely got nailed on his first drop back by Cale Reneker. Wow. And what was one of your keys, John?
Pressure the Humboldt quarterback. Not only did they walk up an outside linebacker, but they brought both of the inside linebackers, and both of them teed off on him as soon as he let go of that ball.
Matson took a shot, and that caused the pass to be short and incomplete. 2nd down and 10. They'll bunch that formation in the slot right this time. 1 receiver out to the left. 4-man front for Mount Vernon. They'll hand it off, and leaping the pile at the 20 and getting to about the 22-yard line was McIntyre. And he was hit and put down by Jackson Anderson from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, and again, multiple linebackers coming straight through gaps, trying to put pressure. I mean, they're just slamming up in there, trying to get any gap filled that they can right now.
First 3rd down try for Humboldt. It's a 3rd down and 8 from the 22. 3-0 Mount Vernon. 5 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Matson rolling to the right, being chased. Forced left, got a block, throws middle, incomplete. And he got walloped as he threw it. And that time coming in and getting him was Briesmeister.
Yeah, they're really putting the pressure on him. How about another one of the keys we talked about defensively for Mustangs?
Get off that field on 3rd down. 3 and out for Humboldt. And they're going to send Jace Jaspers back to get the punt, as it'll be Siler Sirks, a 33-yard average, to kick it away for Humboldt. Mount Vernon should get pretty good field position. They'll have it at the, well, probably about midfield, you would think. Good snap back, and rush coming, just got it underway. And a good kick, and the flag is down as Jaspers collects it, and it's going to be probably running into the kicker.
Yes, it will not be roughing.
No, it just barely got him. Good punt back to the 33. Now we'll see what happens. It's going to depend if it's a 5 or a 15-yarder here.
Yeah, it just barely grazed his foot, and a nice acting job by the punt.
So now is
Only be
Humboldt,
5 yards.
I wouldn't kick it again if I was Humboldt.
Yeah, they have to.
I'd just say we're going to decline it. Yeah. Michael Ryan went for the punt block, came down, and the punter came down on him. And, they're going to take it at the 33.
Yeah, they just got to decline that. They're not going to punt or cover it as any better, even with 5 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be a 45-yard punt. And it will be Mount Vernon ball at the 33-yard line. As Mount Vernon already up 3-0 in this one. Winner gets Dubuque Wahlert, making their first ever trip to the state finals, as the Golden Eagles got the win earlier on. 1st and 10 Haverback in the shotgun. He'll hand it off on the sweep. Hurd trying to get to the left side. Bounces off the first man and falls forward to the 37-yard line for a gain of about 4 on the play.
One of the defensive coaches for Humboldt out on the field screaming at the officials that there's holding.
Doing his job then, right?
The Dome has a way of bringing testosterone and adrenaline both to bear for everybody that's here.
So it'll be second down. Called a long 6. Jaspers in motion around the formation. They'll fake it to him. Back to throw. Gunning the middle. Caught 45-yard line on another slant to Thurn. He's got it down to the Humboldt 47-yard line for a gain of 16.
Can't throw the pass any better on a slant deep like that than it was just thrown by Kellen. A gorgeous pitch and catch.
And Thurn open. Tackle made in there by the Spur linebacker Mason Van Pelt. And another Mount Vernon first down. It'll be first down at the Humboldt 47-yard line. Long count, 8 on the play clock. Sweep, Hurd to the corner, to the 45, and then brought down. Good open field tackle. Coming up from the defensive safety position, Zane McIntyre, a corner, made the stop.
Humboldt's defense just strung that out and made him run into the sideline or try and – there was no way that he was going to get the corner turned.
Got 3, though, 2nd and 7. 3-0 Mount Vernon as we come up on 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Thurn and Ryan out to the right. They'll put 2 receivers, Krob and Jaspers, to the left. 5 in the play clock, 3-man rush. Jaspers in motion. Haverback back to throw, and he'll swing it out. Catch made. Jaspers on an island. Made a man miss. 40, 35, and he's up close to the 30-yard line. They'll give him the 30 on a catch and run of 14 and a Mount Vernon first down.
He had one-on-one out in the flat and just juked the defender out of his socks.
Yeah, got away from Mason Van Pelt.
That's as nifty of a move as I've seen in high school in quite some time. Beautiful, beautiful juke.
First down. Mount Vernon up 3-0 and on the move again. 2.5 to play here in the opening quarter. From the Humboldt 30-yard line. Out of the backfield in motion, Jaspers, they'll swing it out to him, makes the catch at the 35, spins, and only got about a yard. Got hit hard as coming up to make the stop for Humboldt was Keegan Grote.
The beautiful thing about this, Scott, is that they're making Humboldt's defense defend the entire field. And that's tough to do. You stretch a defense out that wide on every play or feel as though they have to defend the field on every play from sideline to sideline, that really opens things up.
Actually, will go down as a rush for Jaspers. He'll get 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Here he comes around again to the right. Haverback back to throw. Looking, going to throw deep left side. Krob out there and over the shoulder catch. Touchdown, Mount Vernon. Heck of a catch and a heck of a throw from Kellen Haverback to Watson Krob.
Beautiful fade pass. Krob had a step on his defender, had to wait for just a second for it to come down, but had sweet hands and just tucked it in the left-hand corner of the end zone.
That was pretty. Beautiful throw and had 2 steps on him, cradled it in and made the catch, and it's 9-0 Mount Vernon. Swinging gate here, and they're going to go for 2. Jaspers gets a direct snap, breaks a tackle, and is in for the 2-point conversion. Must have been something they saw on film, John.
Yeah, just took the snap and then read where the defenders were not over there on that wide side of the field. Got hit at about the 1-yard line, but his momentum and his fact that he kept his legs moving took his momentum in for the 2-point conversion.
Makes it 11-0 with 1:38 to play here in the opening quarter. We'll take a break, come back with a kickoff after this on CRM Live Sports.
Bim Ritter Sportswear in Cedar Rapids is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Bim Ritter is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborn to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? BIM Ritter is the answer as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. BIM Ritter is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Rough Riders. BIM Ritter Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479 and visit them online at bimritter.com.
Mount Vernon with an 11-0 lead as they have struck here for 2 scores in the first quarter. Beautiful pass from Haverback to Kroeb. And Mount Vernon will get ready to kick it away with Harp. 11-0 lead for the Mustangs. They'll kick it off from right to left. Twins back at about the 5-yard line for Humboldt. And here's the kick, not quite as deep this time, returnable at the 5 to the 10, 15. Cutting back and not getting to the 20-yard line. Good special teams play by Mount Vernon. As coming up and making the stop was William Goodlove, leading the way.
Great hang time by Bennett Harp on that kickoff. End over end, just took forever to come down. And by the time it was brought in, the cavalry arrived, and there was nowhere for the Humboldt man to go.
Yeah, Jackson Flaherty on the return. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. With a minute 32 to play in the opening quarter, 11-0 Mount Vernon. Matson in the shotgun, and he'll hand it off the left side. A little bit of an opening, 20-25, and nearly broken an ankle tackle, saving the touchdown as Cash McIntyre with a first down run of 12, and here comes the hurry-up offense for Humboldt.
Defense for Mustang ran a little twist that time between their linemen and their linebackers, and that created enough of a gap for that to go.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Initial first down of the ball game for Humboldt. Matson under pressure, got away from one, can't get away from another. And there's another Mount Vernon sack. Tyler Williams got that one. And that's going to be a loss of 3.
How many did you say the Stangs have this year?
They had 62 coming in.
So this is no surprise. Okay. They're not like super adrenal or caffeinated or something. This is what they do, folks.
2nd down. Mount Vernon showing blitz again. Could be the final play here of the opening quarter. 11-0. Mount Vernon on top. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now they'll send a man in motion. That's Flaherty. Here comes the blitz. Matson back to throw. Wrapped up and sacked again. Cale Reneker got him from behind back at the 24-yard line, and we've got an injured Wildcat.
Mount Vernon has changed their defensive front, Scott. They have no down linemen between the offensive tackles. What they're doing is they're bringing their inside linebackers in there in almost a gap or split situation, and then they're shooting them into the gaps every time. And that's what's bringing that pressure to bear so quickly on the quarterback. When they're bringing linebackers either through the A or the B gap, that makes it darn tough on those offensive linemen. And that's why the pressure right now is working.
Jackson Anderson also in there on that sack. And unfortunately, the sack of Matson, and he came down right on the back of the leg of one of his offensive linemen, who was just kind of an innocent bystander at the bottom of the pile. And he is the injured party at about the 24-yard line. And getting up and limping off for Humboldt is going to be one of their backup offensive linemen, not one of their starters. And that is going to be, no, that is Jack Guy, number 57. So hopefully he's going to be okay. But it brings up a 3rd down and long. 3rd down at 16 coming up for Humboldt. As they're showing Dallas Clark and the Jumbotron here.
Why wouldn't they?
And they're going to let the first quarter clock expire. We are through one of this 3A semifinal. It is Mount Vernon 11 and Humboldt nothing. We'll come back with quarter number 2 right after this. You're listening to high school semifinal playoff football on CRM Live Sports.
Whether you need long-term care or short-term rehabilitation for your elder, one visit to Westridge Care Center and you'll see what has made them one of the finest nursing care facilities in the area since 1992. At Westridge Care Center, our #1 priority is to make all loved ones in our care safe and healthy. Westridge Care Center implements the Eden philosophy to reflect an environment of living as a habitat for humans instead of a place of frailty and waiting. Call 390-3367 to arrange a tour of their privately owned single-entity facility with private rooms with all the amenities. Westridge Care Center, 3131 F Avenue Northwest, Cedar Rapids, and online at westridgecarecenter.com. In your search for a cozy, one-of-a-kind meal, make plans to visit Cava House Cafe in downtown Swisher. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are all available at Cava. Mornings, try one of their homemade pastries, fresh scones, cinnamon rolls, muffins, coffee cake, or have a serving of hot breakfast casserole. Lunch and dinner menus include a variety of hearty, hot, and cold sandwiches. The Texas smoked brisket is a fan favorite, or try one of their fresh, never-frozen Angus beef burgers. No meal is complete without a dessert from Cava's pastry cabinet. Their signature black bottom cake and carrot cake are worth every calorie. Top it off with a scoop of Dan and Debbie's ice cream. One visit for Sunday brunch and you'll be hooked. And be sure to check out Cava's gift shop for unique candles and gifts. Customers all say when you walk in the door, you feel like you've stepped into a Hallmark movie. Come share a random moment at Cava House Cafe in downtown Swisher.
Honoring a veteran from each of the schools here in the south end zone at the Unidome. One from Humboldt and one from Mount Vernon. And the first quarter belongs to Mount Vernon. 11-0 lead. Unofficially, 115 yards. We'll get the official stats at halftime. 115 yards for Mount Vernon to 7 for Humboldt.
And what's even going to be worse is time of possession. I can't even imagine what that must be.
Yeah, it's
you
not
don't need
pretty.
to do it right now, but we have seen the white jerseys out there pretty much the entire first quarter.
They've got 116 total yards for Mount Vernon and 8 for Humboldt. And now it's a 3rd down and 16 coming up for the Cats. They've got a trip formation to the left side, one back. They'll go with the tight end. Matson rolling to his left. Hit as he throws back across and got his man 40-45 and a first down as the catch made by Chase Flaherty is coming across the field, and it's going to be a first down.
And that's a tough pass. When you've got the pressure coming, all those bodies and helmets coming your way, but for a left-handed quarterback to throw it back on a far slant to the right-hand side, that's a tough pass.
But a first down nonetheless on a pickup to the 47-yard line. Matson, quick toss, and it's slant caught, and a shoestring tackle made that may have saved a touchdown to Mason Van Pelt. He'll take it down to the 39-yard line, and that'll move the chains for a first down.
And again, the Humboldt quarterback just took a thrashing after he let go of that ball.
Yeah, he got absolutely walloped. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Matson guns to the far side, catch made, sidestep move, 30, 25, and down to the 20-yard line. And the quick offense, Keegan Groats on that catch. And that will go all the way down to the Mount Vernon 19-yard line on a gain of 20.
Yeah, Humboldt's offensive coordinator is doing the 3-step drop back routes now. No more of this dropping back or rolling out. They know the pressure that's coming from the defense of Mount Vernon, and so they're allowing their quarterback to take one look and throw the ball immediately.
Here comes the blitz. First down at the 19. Throw to the near side. Bobbled and dropped. Incomplete by Mason Van Pelt. As Jace Jaspers was right there on defense for Mount Vernon on the near sideline. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Takes a lot of your passing game out of the playbook when you have to just get rid of the ball after that 3-step drop because you're trying to get rid of it so quickly. You have to make reads instantaneously, and that's tough because the routes have to be fast too.
One setback, 2nd down and 10 from the Mount Vernon 19. Mustangs lead 11-0 just starting the 2nd quarter. Blitz coming again. Matson throws, catch made, far side, and a hit immediately. As making the catch and losing a couple of yards over there was Keegan Groat. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long.
That's their tight end. And he was targeted on the short side of the field with a big trips bunch on the opposite side, obviously a decoy.
Third down and a long 11. Here comes the blitz. Matson steps up. He could run and will. 20, angling right, 15, and pushed out of bounds. And he will have a first and goal, pushed out by A.J. McDermott at the 8-yard line.
All the routes for Humboldt were run deep, and that's what allowed the open alley for him, the quarterback, to make that scramble and then extend the play with his feet until he knew that there's no way he could pass that ball.
Pushed out of bounds over there in front of Matt Tatey, the athletic director at Mount Vernon. First and goal at the 8-yard line, trying to get back in it. Matson off the fake. Under duress is going to take it himself up the middle, and he'll get a yard to the 7-yard line. Taken down from behind by Kason Curran.
Basically a quarterback draw, and as long as the defensive alignment for Mount Vernon opens up all that gap in between the center and the tackles, that's just probably something you're going to see more of.
McIntyre on his right hip. Flaherty in a slot right. Going to go with the bunch formation on second and goal. At the 7. Here's a handoff and busting through left side and getting in for the touchdown is McIntyre. And Humboldt right back into it. It's now 11-6.
Hit the seam right, and he waltzed in untouched for the first Humboldt score.
7-yard run by McIntyre. And that quick passing, no huddle, yields dividends for the Humboldt Wildcats. And it looks like they are missing one of their offensive linemen, and that is the case. That is Jack Guy, who was hurt. Now he's going to come back in there. So here comes the extra point try by Rubel. Good snap, placement made, and the high kick up, and it is good. And it is now 11-7. As Humboldt on the board first. We told you there's going to be plenty of points tonight, John.
Yeah, in case you thought Humboldt wasn't going to show up, that would not be the case.
That would not be the case. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with kickoff right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Epiphany Dermatology is a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Woolner has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skin cancer prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936 and visit their website at epiphanydermatology.com. Epiphany Dermatology, 5264 Council Street Northeast, Suite 700 in Cedar Rapids. Are you looking for one unique workout location that combines everything you're looking for? The House of Iron is redefining the Cedar Rapids area fitness landscape. House of Iron isn't just another gym. It's a sanctuary for anyone seeking to transform their life through physical and mental well-being. Sporting state-of-the-art equipment and hexagonal lighting, not only is the space illuminated with a sense of energy and purpose, you will be too. Take advantage of other amenities like a cold plunge, a sauna, ultra-modern locker room, showers, and coming soon, a picture and posing room, and more. House of Iron offers monthly memberships as well as personal training sessions for people of all ages and ability. Whether you're a seasoned fitness enthusiast or just beginning your wellness adventure, House of Iron promises to be more than just a gym. It's a beacon of hope, positivity, and vitality. And opening soon, a second location in the historic World Theater building of downtown Cedar Rapids.
Back comes Humboldt, and they score quickly. A drive that takes 3 minutes and 54 seconds. A 7-yard run by Cash McIntyre. And we've got an 11-7 game. Still a 4-point Mount Vernon lead as Valley Davis will get set to kick it away from right to left. Michael Ryan and Jace Jaspers will drop back at about the 5-yard line. Here's the approach and the kick. High end over end. This will be Ryan at the 7. Gathers it, 10, 15, straight ahead, 20. Got a hold, 30, 35 to the 40. Ryan to the sideline and to midfield.
Wow, what a hole.
I think we could have run through that one.
He was untouched, and it wasn't in the middle of the field. It was on the numbers of the Mount Vernon sideline.
43-yard return for Michael Ryan.
He didn't have a hand laid on him until he got to midfield. That almost never happens in a kickoff.
So 1st and 10, and now it's Mount Vernon's turn to bring the offense out. Krob to the left, 3 receivers to the right. Hurd in the backfield, and Hurd will get it. Angling right into Wildcat territory, picked up and put down rather rudely by Landon Halverson, an outside linebacker, after a gain of 3 to the Humboldt 47. So far, Kellen Haverback, 9 of 10 in the ball game for 96 yards and a touchdown. That's good.
Your quarterback rating will be sky high with numbers like that.
2nd down and 7. See if they go to the air this time. Kellen off the fake, back to throw, looking left, going to throw the out. Nice throw and a catch by Krob. Going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 30-yard line, but it will move the chains, gain of 17, and a Mount Vernon 1st down. That was on a rope. 1st down, number 7 for the Mustangs. And immediately up to the line of scrimmage.
One of the things that's so impressive about these receivers for Mount Vernon is they go downfield, break off their route, and then float to the open area so that the ball can be delivered to them.
Krob out to the left side. Jasper's coming at stutter motion. Kellen back to throw. Has all day. Throws the wheel route too high to Jasper's, incomplete. That was good coverage over there. Humboldt had 3 players covering that pass pattern on the sideline. And Haverback will live to fight another day. 2nd down and 10 at the Humboldt 30. 8:51 to play, first half. 11-7 Mount Vernon. Winner gets Dubuque-Wahlert next Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock in the 3A final. Jaspers in motion, and they'll toss it after the fake to Hurd, trying to cut it back to the inside, and he'll get close to the 25. They'll mark him down at about the 26-yard line. That was a wild play design right there.
Yeah, not executed, I'm thinking, the way it was intended to be run, but still positive yardage nonetheless.
3rd and 6 after the gain of 4. Mount Vernon just outside the red zone at the Humboldt 26-yard line, facing a 3rd and 6. 5th play of the drive.
Taking a long time to signal this play.
Yeah, Brad Meester's coming over to signal timeout. Timeout, Mount Vernon. 8:07 to play in the opening half. 11-7 with the Stangs on top. Back after this break here on CRM Live Sports.
Looking for the best in commercial and residential flooring? At Schumacher Carpets and More, it's the little things that count. Family owned since 1987, the professionals at Schumacher have what you're looking for. Whether it is carpet, luxury vinyl plank, ceramic, laminate, or wood, their personal service and quality products set Schumacher apart in the flooring industry. Famous for a relaxed and pressure-free shopping experience, let the experts at Schumacher Carpets and More break down your options with just a simple conversation. Call, visit, or request an online quote from their website today.
Unidome here in Cedar Falls. 3A semifinal number 2. Mount Vernon with the lead of 11-7 here over Humboldt. And the Mustangs with a 3rd down and 6. They need to get it to the 20-yard line. Krob out to the right. In fact, they'll put Jaspers and Krob that way. 3rd and Michael Ryan to the left. Haverback calling signals. And now we've got a penalty. First penalty, second penalty. Yeah, they're going to get it on Krob for a false start.
He was lined up right in front of the near side line judge, so that was an easy flag to pull out.
First accepted penalty of the ball game, moves it back 5, makes it a 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. Off the fake, Kellen back to throw, guns the middle, and there it is, intercepted. Through the middle and right into the hands of Dunahee.
Tried to throw the slant pattern, and there was a linebacker that had drifted back into his hook curl zone, and it was easy for him to just reach up and grab that for the pick.
and brings it back to the 35-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Humboldt off the first turnover of the ball game with 8:01 to play here in the half. First down run, and it's going to yield a 1st and 10 again. After the gain of 12, they get it to Keegan Grote on the quick pass. I was looking down for him. You can't look down when Humboldt's got the football, John.
That was an out pattern to the Mount Vernon sideline, and then a missed tackle as soon as the reception was made, which is what allowed the extra yardage for Humboldt.
1st and 10, 47-yard line. Trips to the left side. Shotgun. Matson, quick throw. Flaherty with a catch. Blockers in front. Turns the corner, 50, and into Mount Vernon territory. And out of bounds at the 45. Humboldt crowd, they wanted a late hit, and they didn't get it.
Play went right into the Humboldt bench, and between the angle from the press box that we have, unable to see the sideline basically, and then all the Humboldt fans standing up, there's no way we can tell you what happened, but they thought there was a flag there.
Yeah, 2nd down. Here comes the blitz. Wood coming in. Sidearm throw and a high catch made for another 1st down. Flaherty, good hands, and he'll take it in front of Michael Ryan with a catch at the 37-yard line and a gain of 8 and a Humboldt 1st down.
All of these passes are from the shotgun position. He catches the ball, and within a second, it's out of his hands. He's throwing it immediately.
Yeah, he's just slinging it right now. 1st down, blitz coming again at the 37. Matson throws it away, incomplete. As the chase was on, a couple of Mustangs were coming in there. Briesmeister was there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Humboldt has completely abandoned any drop back passing, any rollout, any sprint out. All they're doing is they're going back to the shotgun to the quarterback, and then he's just throwing it to the first person he sees that's open.
And quickly, because he knows that the rush is coming. 4-man front, Mount Vernon just sending them up the middle. Here they come again. And the handoff, McIntyre, busts through 30, 25, middle of the field, 20, 15, 10. And he's down inside the 10. That was not McIntyre. That was the backup Kirchhoff.
And that was a situation where the dogs are being sent on virtually every play defensively for Mount Vernon, and if he can break through that first wave, it's off to the races.
1st and goal, trying to take the lead. Matson, short drop, throws, pass tipped, incomplete. Tipped by Jackson Anderson. Nobody there to bring it home, though. And it'll be 2nd down.
Matson's just a gunslinger right now. It's like quick draw McGraw. He's trying to get rid of it as soon as it gets snapped back to him.
After that run of 30, good play there by the linebacker Jackson Anderson, the junior. 2nd and goal at the Mount Vernon. We'll call it just outside the 7:04 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Matson to throw, throws the middle of the field, caught, touchdown. Caught right at the goal line, and Keegan Grote takes it in. And Humboldt's got their first lead.
And again, just another slant pattern. That particular time, Matson took a second to look downfield and broke off of his primary receiver and then found Grote right on the goal line.
Back-to-back touchdowns for Humboldt. And they will try to tack on the extra point with Rubel. Here's a snap, high one, brought down, kick on its way, and it's good. 14-11 in favor of Humboldt. Quick strike offense, 62 seconds to go 65 yards and to take the lead in this one with 6:59 to play here in the opening half. We'll take a quick break and come back. We'll have the kickoff for you right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Laborers International Union of North America Local 43 is proud to be supporting high school sports. From individual members involved in coaching sports at many different levels to being fans, Local 43 is involved with our young people in the area. Members of Local 43 work in the construction building trades and heavy highway industries and are trained in environmental remediation as well as pipeline work. Local 43 is always seeking new members. LIUNA offers world-class training and education to start a safe career. Information is available at local43.org.
Well, it was 14-6 2 years ago in this game.
Not tonight.
It ain't going to be 14-6 tonight.
Not 2 years later, it's not.
14-11, Humboldt with the lead after Mount Vernon went up 11-0. Ryan and Jaspers will return the kickoff. Here is the approach and the boots. End over end kick and a deep one, and will send Jaspers to the end zone. And it'll be at the 20-yard line. Defensively is where Mount Vernon, nothing wrong with the offense so far. We were talking during the break, John. They are sending the dogs on every single play on defense. At least 2, if not 3 or more.
And that's
coming.
what precipitated this gunslinger offense where the ball snapped back to the quarterback in the shotgun position, and then he immediately unloads wherever he sees an open player. But yeah, you're right. Your point, Scott, is that they need to be just a little more unpredictable defensively, and I agree.
Haverback, quarterback, will send Michael Ryan in motion to the left. And he'll hand it straight ahead to her. Not much. In fact, nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage. Brody Hendricks right there in the stop. They will give him a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 9. Right now, momentum. Uncle Mo's got a black jersey on. Now, Vernon needs a chunk play here. 2nd down and 9 from the 21. Second straight WAMAC team that Humboldt has faced. Beat Solon last week. Off the fake, Kellen back to throw, and he's going to run up the middle. Cutting to the right, 25, then got sandwiched. Hendricks came from behind to get him. And also in there on the stop was Mason Van Pelt. Going to be a gain of 5 and bring up a 3rd down. Mount Vernon is only 1 out of 4 on 3rd down tries, though. Here in this one. 3rd and 4, Mustangs at their own 26. 5:47 to play. Here in the second quarter, 14-11 Humboldt. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 6 on the play clock. Ryan in motion to the left. Shotgun fake. Kellen back to throw. Sidesteps a man, flag down. This is coming back. Throw up the field to Krobe. And another flag, and he caught it. It deflected off the D-back, caught by Krobe, and he's down to the 1-yard line. But I think we're going to have offsetting penalties, John.
Which will bring it back to the original line of scrimmage, and we'll do it all over again. What a catch by Krobe, though. Had to stop and go over the back of the defender to catch that ball, and then make him miss after that, and then run it down to only get shoestring tackled at the 1.
Here comes the official call.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Holding, offense, pass interference, defense. Those penalties offset. We'll wait man it out.
Like it never happened.
Like it never occurred. There, yeah, they got the Mount Vernon hold. I think they held Mason Van Pelt coming around that left side. Nope, they actually held one of the other blitzers, Busick, coming in. So it'll remain third and 4.
Circus catch by Krobe on the Jumbotron. My goodness.
Already has a touchdown grab in the ball game here in this semifinal. 3rd down and 4. For Mount Vernon at the 26 near side hash. Jaspers around the formation in motion. Here comes a blitz. Pump fake. Have her back to throw. Throws the middle incomplete. Tried to get it to Mikey Ryan, and he heard footsteps from Mason Van Pelt.
Lucky to get that pass off. And not only that, but for it to not be picked.
And that is going to be a 3 and out, the first one of the ball game. Bennett Harp will come in to punt. He averages 33 yards a boot. Line of scrimmage will be the 26-yard line. Good snap back, got it away. Very nice high kick. And in traffic, catch made on a knee. Coming up with it down there, Jackson Flaherty. And the Wildcats will have it at the 41-yard line. Pretty good field position with 5:03 to play here in the half. We'll have the Bim Ritter Sportswear halftime show for you coming up at the break. All kinds of stuff to talk about. Mount Vernon needs a stop. 14-11 Humboldt. With just over 5 to play in the half. 1st and 10 Wildcats, 41-yard line. Matson. This time under pressure, hit, ball's loose. Rolling at the 35. Oh, they're going to say an incomplete pass.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh, boy. Wow. Nova Lane laid the wood to the quarterback, it looked like. Or was that Jackson Anderson?
There is no way that arm was, or the ball was in motion.
Everybody right now looking at the Jumbotron.
Here's the replay.
No, it was Lane. No, that was not a forward pass.
Oh, the Mount Vernon
Brad
crowd.
Meester is absolutely livid.
That unbelievable call.
2nd and 10, and now they're going to get Mount Vernon for jumping offside. Well, you got to overcome those things, right? So a 5-yard penalty will bring it up to the 46-yard line. Mount Vernon could have had a scoop and a score there.
That bushwhack by Nova Lane that's highlight reel stuff.
2nd down and 5. Matson quick out, and it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Flaherty, and it one-hopped him.
Never got his feet planted underneath him. He threw that off of 1 foot.
He's starting to hear some footsteps.
Well, he's taking a licking here in the first half. But he's adapted quite well. I'll give that to this offense for Humboldt. They've done a great job of handling the pressure.
They have. 3rd and 5 at the 46. 4:57 to play, first half, 14-11 Humboldt. Here comes the blitz. Matson rolling to the left side under pressure, and they got him this time. Riniker with the sack back at the 36-yard line. 3rd Mount Vernon sack.
And again, that split defensive alignment where the 2 inside linebackers can just run through either the A or the B gap in front of them. I'll tell you what, it produces big-time dividends when it works, but it also opens up the floodgates if they can get a short pass off to somebody because there's nobody at home.
Jaspers will drop back to receive the punt, as it will be Sirks to kick it away. Line of scrimmage will be the 36-yard line. Here's the snap, and got it away. A wobbly kick, and Jaspers runs up. 35, makes the catch. 40, coming left. 45, and out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Good return at 13 for Chase Jaspers. And now Mount Vernon flipped the field there, John.
Going to be their first possession, I think, inside Humboldt territory. Oh. Nope, now they're going to bring it back to 48 or 49 of Mount Vernon.
Only a punt of 29 yards that time. A lot of fun here at the Unidome so far in this one. 1st and 10, Mount Vernon. With 4:05 to play in the half, down 3. They'll put 2 receivers up top left, 2 to the right. Now Jaspers in motion. And Kellen back to throw, setting up that middle screen, is caught at the 50-yard line and brought down after a gain of about 3 was Michael Ryan. He'll take it into Wildcat territory down to the Humboldt 49.
3rd time they've called that play here in the first half, and they've got to be careful. That is a well you can't go to very often.
2nd down, 7. That little sugar huddle there for Mount Vernon. They get to play, look to the sidelines. 1 setback, and Ryan in motion to the left on 2nd down. And they'll run the sweep with Hurd. Got a block, 45-40, and he's got a 1st down. All the way down to the 37-yard line on a gain of 12.
Good downfield blocking there. Hurd, all he had to do was to be patient and wait for the hole to develop, and that might easily be his longest run of the game.
Could be. Brought down by Keegan Grote. And a 1st and 10 at the Humboldt 37-yard line. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts left for Mount Vernon here in the half. Motion man is Ryan coming to the near side. They'll hand it off up the middle to Hurd. Nice spin move, but he got his balance and feet taken away from him and fell forward to the 33 for a gain of 4.
Well, I'd like to see him go back to Watson Crow because he is single coverage out wide, and anything that's been thrown to him, he's caught.
Including a touchdown pass in this first half. After the ball game, we'll pick our player of the game, brought to you by Schumacher Carpets and more, online at schumachercarpets.com. 2nd down and 6, wide side of the field to the right. 8 on the play clock. Shotgun and the delayed draw up the middle to Hurd, angling right inside the 30-yard line, gets down to the 28. And it'll be just shy of a first down, maybe by a yard. As the tackle made by Donahue.
Got to get points on this drive, Scott.
Yeah, 3rd and 1.
Even if it's a field goal, they got to come away with something.
From the 28 of Humboldt. Under 2 to play here in the half. Trip receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And hand off to Hurd up the middle. Not much, but he got a first down. Only needed about a yard, and he got it, and they'll move the chains. So first down, number 9 for Mount Vernon.
Man, if you ran a little zag in and then back out with Krob right now into the corner of the end zone, I don't think there's any way that Humboldt covers him.
14-11 Humboldt, but Mount Vernon on the move. Minute 25 clock running here in the first half. They'll put Hurd on the right hip, Paverback. Here comes Ryan in motion around the formation. Shotgun snap, back to throw. They'll throw the out. Ryan with the catch on the far side, and not much. To the 24, he's going to get 3. And wanted to see if Brad Meester was going to call a timeout. None yet. They're going to go hurry up here as we're under a minute here away from the half.
Yeah, he's going to have to take one if they don't convert the first down on this play.
2nd and 7. Mount Vernon taking a lot of time.
Took too long for that play to come in.
2 left, 2 to the right. Shotgun, Kellen back to throw. Has time. Now steps up in the pocket, and he's going to go down. A coverage sack and a timeout by Mount Vernon.
Wow. Over 30 seconds elapsed between the end of the last play and that timeout.
So timeout going to be taken by Mount Vernon. 35 seconds to play first half. Mustangs down 3, and we're back after this here on CRM Live Sports.
No matter where you are in life, Hills Bank is here to help you succeed. Whether you're buying your first house, saving for your child's future, or preparing for retirement, you can count on the people at Hills Bank for the support you need to reach your goals. It's easy to connect with a banker over the phone or on hillsbank.com because we believe banking is better through human connection. Hills Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC member.
Well, it's been a fun ball game so far. 14-11 Humboldt over Mount Vernon with 35 seconds to play here in the half. Mustang offense huddling around Brad Meester and others. Ben Kanake over there as well. And it'll be Mount Vernon with a 3rd down coming up. 2 out of 6 so far on 3rd down tries. 3rd and 8 at the Humboldt 25. Motion man is Jaspers coming to the right. Kellen rolling to the right side. Being chased, got away. Now he's going to throw across the middle of the field in the end zone. Intercepted.
And it's being brought out.
Jackson Flaherty on the far side.
Oh.
It's taken out.
Somebody with the downs marker just got pounded.
Yeah, they did. And Humboldt's going to get it off the 2nd Mount Vernon turnover. That was one that Haverback would like to have back. He threw it across the middle, deep, late.
2nd interception of this first half. And there were points left off the board on that drive.
Only 20 seconds left for Humboldt. And they will have it at the 23-yard line. And we'll see, and they're just going to take a knee. And going to get us to halftime here. As Humboldt will lead it 14-11 as we go to the break. Fun first half, a lot of things to digest at halftime coming up, John.
Well, there sure are, and it won't be long enough for either team because they're going to wish that they had about a half an hour to go through all the things that we're going to discuss.
But we are going to get to halftime. Our score at the break, 14-11 in favor of Humboldt. We'll take a break, come back with the Bim Ritter Sportswear halftime show for you, and we'll have it after this. You're listening to high school playoff football here on CRM Live Sports.
American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-Vee for more details. In your search to locate a good old-fashioned family-owned pizza joint, skip the run-of-the-mill franchise options and head to Roscoe's Pizza on Edgewood Road behind Taco John's. At Roscoe's, the Hunt family is dedicated to providing mouth-watering pizza prepared from the freshest ingredients available. Choose from our 4 delicious styles of crusts, then add your favorite toppings to create your own personal pizza delight. Need a quick lunchtime alternative? Take advantage of Roscoe's fast-to-go noontime specials. And yes, they even offer gluten-free options. For the tastiest local experience, give the professionals at Roscoe's Pizza a call and surprise your family with a one-of-a-kind eating experience today. Carpenters Local 308 in Cedar Rapids is a member of the North Central States Regional Council of Carpenters, representing nearly 27,000 members and their families in the upper Midwest. The union is dedicated to protecting and elevating the economic and social conditions of all workers and to provide our industry with the best trained, most productive, and safest workforce available. Carpenters Local 308 is always looking for new workers to join their ranks. Apprenticeship classes and training are available for you to become a skilled worker for your career. More information on Carpenters Local 308 is available at carpenterslocal308.org. Bim Ritter Sportswear in Cedar Rapids is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Bim Ritter is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborn to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? Bim Ritter is the answer, as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. Bim Ritter is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Rough Riders. Bim Ritter Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479 and visit them online at bimritter.com.
Got the students, a couple students from each student section kicking field goals here at halftime as the entertainment here at the break.
Well, it's kind of fun the way they do it, Scott. They've got a young man and a young woman from each school, and they take turns trying to put it through the uprights. They go back and forth with both schools. It's a lot of fun for the fans.
It is. It is. 14-11. It's a little more fun for Humboldt right now as they have a 3-point lead here at halftime. As we come your way on the Bim Ritter Sportswear halftime show. You need screen printing or embroidery for your company or special event? See Bim Ritter Sportswear at 817 2nd Avenue in downtown Cedar Rapids on the southeast side. And you can give them a call at 364-3479 or visit them online at bimritter.com. We'll get the official stats coming up for you in a moment, but it was a first quarter dominated by Mount Vernon, and it was the second quarter that Humboldt had the upper hand, John.
That's exactly right. Mount Vernon came out of the chute hot. Couldn't have asked for much more, actually, although they had to settle for the field goal on the first drive. The Bennett Harp 31-yarder was perfect. And then on their second drive, a touchdown with a long pass to Watson Krob. So, yeah, out of the blocks in a hurry, taking a good lead here, 11-0 right off the bat. The 2-point conversion went for the Mustangs. Should throw in that as well. And then it all turned around on the interception that Mount Vernon threw, and that's what keyed the signal for Humboldt to be able to make their comeback there. And then they went 14 unanswered points, and that's why we're at 14-11 for the Wildcats of Humboldt here at the second half. And, you know, we can go through some of the situations that might have caused that. I would say that those 2 interceptions they were the biggest factor for Mount Vernon. The first one, Mount Vernon was actually driving and weren't close to the end zone. They were not in the red zone, but that could have easily ended in a touchdown. Instead, the interception and the subsequent touchdown by Humboldt, that was a 14-point swing right there, Scott. That's huge in this game. And then the second of the interceptions took points off the board right before halftime. And those are the 2 things that just severely cost Mount Vernon in the first half.
My stats are within 1 yard, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, who's to say yours aren't right and theirs are slightly off?
172 total yards for Mount Vernon, 138 I have for Humboldt in the first half. 53 in the ground, 119 through the air for Mount Vernon. Kellen Haverback in the first half, 12 of 17, 119 yards, but 2 interceptions in that first half. Michael Ryan has caught 5 for 36 yards. Watson Krob has caught 2 for 46 and a touchdown. Cole Thurn, 2 catches for 21 yards. Jace Jaspers has caught 2 for a total of 14. And Cooper Hurd has caught 1 for 2. On the ground, Cooper Hurd with 12 carries for 40 yards. And Jace Jaspers has 1 carry for 1 yard. 9 first downs for Mount Vernon. They've been penalized twice for a total of 10 yards and 3 sacks in that first half. For Humboldt, 47 yards in the ground, 91 through the air, 138 total. Cohen Madsen is 8 of 15 for 91 yards and 1 touchdown. Keegan Grote has caught 4 for 38 and a touchdown. Chase Flaherty, 3 grabs for 39. Mason Van Pelt has caught 1. On the ground, 1 carry, and Jackson Kirchhoff, the sophomore, went for 30 on that. Cash McIntyre has carried it 3 times for 21 yards in the first half of play. 8 first downs for Humboldt, and they have recorded 1 sack, but no turnovers. Third down conversions, Humboldt is 2 of 4 in the first half, and Mount Vernon 2 of 7. Mustangs are 1 out of 1 on 4th down. And how about this? 16 minutes and 52 seconds. Mount Vernon had time of possession to 7:08 for Humboldt. They are a quick strike offense.
Almost 17 minutes for Mount Vernon, only 7 for Humboldt, and yet the Wildcats ahead 14-11 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, 14-11 here on the scoreboard. And you got your stats there, right? I'm going to let you real quick talk about the scoring and some of the other things you see right there, and I will be right back and join you.
You bet. Mount Vernon came out of the chute in a hurry here, and the 5:39 mark, the scoring field goal on the Harp 32-yarder was good, and that put the Mustangs out in front 3-0. Came back right away with the long pass from Haverback to Krob, and then the Jaspers rush on the 2-point conversion to go up 11-0, and it looked as though at that point like Mustangs were off to the races, and a little bit as though Humboldt had been kind of a little bit of sleepwalking at that point. So it was all Mustangs, and then the worm turned in a hurry. The interception was thrown. Humboldt had the McIntyre 7-yard run, and the kick was good. And then came the Humboldt pass to Grote on the 7-yarder from Madsen, and the kick was good. And that's what puts us at 14-11 at this point. So Mighty Momentum went from wearing a white jersey on Mount Vernon's end of things to suddenly turning around and wearing the black jersey. And there were two things that I would say were the key factors in this. One of them was that Humboldt decided all of a sudden that with Mount Vernon's defense bringing the dogs on every play that they would change their scoring philosophy and the amount of passing, and they went to that quick strike out of the holster and fire your guns right away approach, and that has not been something that has been something that Mount Vernon could take care of very easily here in that second quarter. So it's going to be interesting to see defensively, Scott, if Mount Vernon starts being a little more judicious on when they bring the dogs there, because I think they went to the well maybe just a little once too often, and that produced some big plays. Offensively, just not able to get Mount Vernon's rushing game going much of all. We'll see if they can try and put an emphasis a little bit more on that, maybe spread the wealth out just a little bit more. Lots to talk about in both locker rooms. Yeah,
and I was just going to ask you about what Mount Vernon is doing defensively, and I don't think there was, we've seen, some of the blitz masters of all time with Mo Blue and Brian White in the Metro and in 5A football. I don't recall them bringing everybody in every single play.
Well, what's the old saying? Live by the blitz, die by the blitz. It's one of those deals where you're going to get some big sacks. And don't get us wrong, if you're just tuning in, there have been some real harassing defensive plays against Humboldt's quarterback. He has taken some huge shots. But I'll credit that young man. He has stood tall in there. And as many times as he had to pick himself up off of the turf, he really never flinched, Scott. Credit to that young man.
Well, we have one score to give you on the Emils Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Emils, First Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. They're right across from the Lindale Mall next to the Home Depot, open at 4 o'clock Monday through Saturday. Their delicious menu is online at emilshideaway.com. And that was the 3A semi before this one. Dubuque-Wahlert, 17-16 win over Sergeant Bluff Luton. A blocked extra point with about 8 minutes left. And it held up, and Wahlert goes to their first ever state championship game in football. They're going to try to win Dubuque's first since the late 70s. It's been a long dry spell for the Key City.
The city of Dubuque, for sure. They got to be very happy for their brethren at Wahlert. It's a nice Wahlert team. They've got a good defense, solid offense. They just play solid on all sides of the ball, and so we'll see what they can do next week. Boy, we sure hope it's against the Mustangs.
Other scores from earlier on today in 2A. Spirit Lake beat PCM 56-28. It was West Lyon over Van Meter 49-24. So it'll be Spirit Lake and West Lyon meeting up in the 2A state championship. Yesterday in 1A, Grundy Center beat Wilton 42-7. Dyke New Hartford over Hinton 24-18. So just like week one, and it's interesting. Tim Larry, my friend from Dubuque here earlier on, said, good luck to Mount Vernon. Let's hope this trend continues on close championship battles, because you've got Grundy Center and Dyke New Hartford, which are bordering school districts. In fact, 3 teams from Grundy County are going to be in the finals, and they're all interconnected with one another boundary-wise. Gladbrook, Rhinebeck, Grundy Center, and Dyke New Hartford.
Amazing, and congratulations to them.
5A championship is going to be Valley and Southeast Polk. Doggone it, the Liberty Lightning gave it everything they had last night and just came up a little bit short.
I congratulate them. What a tremendous season for Scott Chandler and his group from North Liberty. They just had a whale of a season, and you know what? That program just gets better every year, and they've only been around, 7 years?
7
something
years.
Like that, Scott? Look for big things from them to come, and all the Iowa City schools, just a great season in Johnson County, and all 4 of the Iowa City schools, in fact.
Yeah. So those are your scores on the Emils Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard. We'll take a break, come back, get you ready for the second half. It is Humboldt on top of the Mount Vernon Mustangs by a score of 14-11. You've been listening to the Ben Ritter Sportswear Halftime Show from the Unidome in Cedar Falls, and we'll be back after this as you're listening to high school football playoff action here on CRM Live Sports.
Your search for healthy, fast casual in the downtown is over. Whether it's a quick bite you're looking for or a freshly made smoothie, Stack Wellness Cafe has expanded healthy eating in downtown Cedar Rapids. Business professionals as well as gym goers are singing the praises of our freshly made wraps and breakfast bowls, while the smoothie lover can choose from a variety of nutritious fruit and protein options, including your choice of adding the newest Frontline supplements. For a fast, healthy, and convenient downtown option, look no further than Stack Wellness Cafe. No matter where you are in life, Hills Bank is here to help you succeed. Whether you're buying your first house, saving for your child's future, or preparing for retirement, you can count on the people at Hills Bank for the support you need to reach your goals. It's easy to connect with a banker over the phone or on hillsbank.com because we believe banking is better through human connection. Hills Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC member. End your search for your favorite restaurant in Cedar Rapids. Come to Emil's Hideaway. Emil's is the home for the best tasting American food around. Choose from your favorites: chicken, pasta dishes, pizzas, burgers, and fries. Whether you're bringing the whole family for a meal or wetting your whistle at our fully stocked bar, there's something to satisfy all ages and tastes at our classic American local restaurant. Need catering for your next party or event? Emil's has that too. Call them for details. Emil's Hideaway, open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m., is right next to Home Depot and across from Lindale Mall on 1st Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Epiphany Dermatology is a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Wollner has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skin cancer prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936 and visit their website at epiphanydermatology.com. Epiphany Dermatology, 5264 Council Street Northeast, Suite 700 in Cedar Rapids.
Ready for the second half kickoff from the Unidome in Cedar Falls. And our second half brought to you by Dr. John Wollner at Epiphany Dermatology. He's got over 30 years of experience, and find him at 5264 Council Street Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Kickoff comes down to Flaherty at the 5. Straight ahead, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Good return there. The Flaherty twins. That one was taken by Jackson. And a good return to start this third quarter. You can give Doc Wollner a call at 363-9936 at Epiphany Dermatology on Council Street Northeast in Cedar Rapids. First and 10 for Cohen Matson. And the Humboldt Wildcats out of the shotgun and a quarterback draw. He comes to the 30, right side, and not much. Maybe 2. Taken down by Curran as he got to the 33-yard line. And Cale Reniker in there as well for the Mustangs.
Mount Vernon going back to their original 3-man defensive front here, and they did not bring the linebackers on that particular play. They are walking up a backer on the outside, however.
Second down and 8, and handoff right side and to the 34-yard line. On the handoff to Cash McIntyre. Anderson coming up to fill that gap and make the stop. They'll give him the 35. It'll be third down and about 6. Got to get off on third down. Mount Vernon didn't do that in the second quarter, John. Third down at 6, 35-yard line just underway, third quarter. Matson to throw. Throws deep middle, and it's knocked away incomplete. Good defensive play by Watson Krob. Knocked it away from Valley Davis.
That ball was perfectly thrown to hit the receiver in stride, and Krob came in at the last second, reached around front, and swatted that away.
And a 3-and-out for Humboldt to start the second half.
That's exactly the way you coach your cornerbacks and defensive backs to make a break on the ball and then knock it down.
Jace Jaspers dropping single safety at the 29-yard line to get the punt from Sirks. Good snap, got it away. A high wobbly kick. Jaspers at the 35. Starts up the middle, right, back to the near sideline 40 and taken out at the 43-yard line. 7 yards on the return.
Jaspers made a couple of guys miss there, pick up a little extra yardage after the first contact, went into the bench of the Humboldt sideline there. Nice return on a high punt that brought down rain.
1st and 10, good field position. Mount Vernon at the 44-yard line, and Hurd on the first carry of the second half gets about a yard. And tell you what, Cale Dunahee has had a heck of a game. An interception, and he came up with a nice solo tackle right there.
Hurd has found the rushing very difficult here, with the exception of a couple of nice runs in the first and second quarter, but they were the exception, not the rule.
2nd down and 9. Just underway second half. First possession for Mount Vernon, down 14-11 here in this Class 3A state semifinal. Haverback to throw, guns the right side. Mikey Ryan with the catch for a short gain to about the 49-yard line before he got popped by Landon Halverson. That'll be a gain of 4. 3rd down. 13 of 18 now for Kellen Haverback. Thurn in there. They'll send 3 receivers to the left side and 1 to the right. Still 12 on the play clock. Hurd on the right hip. Kellen back to throw. And under a rush, and down he goes. They brought people that time. And he did get back to the line of scrimmage, though.
Almost looked as though that was a designed quarterback draw play. But the Humboldt defenders converged so quickly, it's hard to tell.
Now Mount Vernon, well, keeping the offense out here, John. At least showing that they are going to go for it.
Ball right at midfield.
On 4th down at the 49-yard line, it is 4th down and 5. They'll send a man in motion, and it'll be a quick kick. Nobody back, and we'll take a bounce at the 15, rolling 10, 5, and into the end zone.
Just got in.
Kellen's kick goes 51 yards, but it'll be a net of 31. That almost worked to perfection. But it'll be a Humboldt ball at the 20-yard line when we come back after immediate timeout. 14-11 Humboldt with 8:39 to play here in the third quarter. And we'll come back to the Unidome after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Plum Supply kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful. Plumbing fixtures, a great variety. Transform your home with Plum Supply. Our kitchen designs are amazing. Our service is priceless. Plum Supply. Touch and see. Plum Supply kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
Your search for healthy, fast casual in the downtown is over. Whether it's a quick bite you're looking for or a freshly made smoothie, Stack Wellness Cafe has expanded healthy eating in downtown Cedar Rapids. Business professionals as well as gym goers are singing the praises of our freshly made wraps and breakfast bowls, while the smoothie lover can choose from a variety of nutritious fruit and protein options, including your choice of adding the newest frontline supplements. For a fast, healthy, and convenient downtown option, look no further than Stack Wellness Cafe.
Back with you in Cedar Falls at the Unidome. Scott Unash, John Hegarty with you at the semifinals of the state football championships, with Humboldt on top of Mount Vernon 14-11. Winner gets Dubuque Wahlert in 3A. If Mount Vernon wins, we will be back with you for one final football game next Friday afternoon here at the Dome. That would be a 1 o'clock, slated for a 1 o'clock kick. But first things first. 1st and 10, 20-yard line. Matson on the handoff. McIntyre up the middle. Gets submarined by Jace Jaspers at the 25. It falls ahead for one more to the 26-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Cash McIntyre is quick. Low center of gravity, but when he hits a hole, he hits it.
First, 2nd down. Mount Vernon showing blitz. Curran is walking up there. They're going to change the play now. Matson looking at the sideline. Still 12 in the play clock. As Van Pelt coming in motion. Matson to throw. Now is going to keep it and is going to go down. And got back to the line of scrimmage. Riniker there. Curran also there for Mount Vernon. Well, the defenses, I think, knock on wood, John, have made some adjustments at halftime for both sides.
Mount Vernon's defense is being much more unpredictable here in terms of calling off the dogs when they need to and sending them when they need to.
Here they send them back to throw. Matson throwing deep near sideline, a jump ball, and it is going to be caught. Taken away by Grote. Good defense back there by A.J. McDermott. He just took it away from him.
Now, that was basically a jump ball, and whichever one of them wrestled it away from the other one was going to get it. And that was just stolen, basically.
Gain of 28 and a first down. McIntyre off the right side will get inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line for a gain of 3. Second down and 7 coming up. Big third down pickup right there by Humboldt. Van Pelt lines up slot left. They'll put twins that way. Second down and 8. Matson a pump fake. Looking to throw deep. Going to throw deep left side, and it's knocked away, incomplete. Good play back there for Mount Vernon. William Goodlove in there. Backup defensive back. Knocked it away. And a little too much air under that ball.
And again, just solid fundamentals there by defensive backs. Finding the ball visually, then breaking on it, getting your inside hand in front of it and batting it away.
That's beautiful.
It is. It's just fundamentals. The secondary for Mount Vernon has shown great fundamentals tonight.
3rd and 8. Matson rolling to his left, looking to throw. Throws the sideline, man open behind the secondary, caught. And Goodlove prevents the touchdown. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line on a gain of 36. They got it to Valley Davis.
Matson, the quarterback for Humboldt, has had some unbelievable throws that he has made in this game tonight, and none more so than that one.
1st and goal, Humboldt at the 6-yard line. They'll put trip receivers to the right side, and McIntyre will stay in the backfield. He'll get the handoff coming off that left side and probes inside the 5 down to about the 4-yard line. Love to have a stop here if you're the Mount Vernon defense. To hold them to a field goal.
Yeah, even holding them to a field goal would be a win on this.
Coming up on halfway here in the 3rd. 14-11 Humboldt, but inside the Mount Vernon 5. 2nd and goal at the Mustang 4-yard line. 3 receivers right, empty backfield for Cohen Matson. Gets the shotgun snap, gonna throw the slant, juggled, caught, touchdown. Grote with the catch. Got inside position and got the score, and Humboldt now up 20-11.
Little iffy there. Didn't bring it in right away to the old breadbasket. Had to bobble it around, as you said, Scott, just a little bit. And then fell on it, but did a good enough job of getting his hands under the ball when he fell on it that the official that was standing right in front of him ruled that it was a catch.
Yeah, and it was a catch. Extra point try coming up here by Rubel. And it is on its way, and it is good. So it is now 21-11, 21 unanswered points by the Humboldt Wildcats. And certainly with Mount Vernon's offense, we saw what they did against Algona last week. This is not over, but a couple things you got to start doing. You got to put points on the board, and you got to get them off the field on 3rd down.
Well, 5:50 left in the 3rd quarter. Now the number of possessions that you can count on is dwindling. And it's not as though you need to panic or anything like that. And certainly Mount Vernon has proven that there's nothing in their makeup that says panic. But back to the idea that you've only got limited possessions left. They're going to need to get some scores here on their possessions because pretty darn quick here, this third quarter is going to evaporate. If they can go down on this drive and come away with at least 3, if not 7, that'd go a long way to helping them to a big fourth quarter.
Boy, points that Mount Vernon has left off the board in this game. An interception in the end zone.
Right before half.
Another interception.
On their way in to score when the turnaround came back. That was a 14-point swing.
Humboldt ready to kick it off as Valley Davis will kick it away. Ryan on the near side. Jace Jaspers on the far side. This time it's going to be into the end zone as Jaspers caught it with a foot in the purple, and it'll go to the 20-yard line.
Just can't get a running game going right now, Scott. If they could get some kind of a running game going, that would open up the passing lanes again.
Mount Vernon 55 yards running, 61 for Humboldt. I said during the pregame, if Cooper Hurd can get going, I thought that would be a big help for Mount Vernon. Still, you've got time to run the football. No doubt. First down and 10, 20-yard line. 21-11 with Humboldt out on top. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Ryan in motion to the right. Shotgun, and they'll hand it off to Hurd. Bounces off the pile. He's in trouble, giving ground, trying to cut back, and down he goes. Back at the 15-yard line as the tackle made once again by defensive end Brody Hendricks.
Just haven't had the forward push that he would want at the point of attack on whatever the play that's being called is. 5-yard loss on that one.
So a second down and 15. Krob and Jaspers to the left from their own 15-yard line. Jaspers in motion behind the formation. He'll get it on the swing pass on the 10-yard line and brought down from behind. Got that jersey tug, only got about a yard, and they say no horse collar. As coming up to make the stop was Mason Van Pelt.
Seen a lot of those little swing passes tonight into the flat for Mount Vernon. And the tackling out there one-on-one for Humboldt has really been almost flawless.
It'll be third down and 14. Mount Vernon needing the 30-yard line. 4:38 to play in the third. One setback. Here comes Ryan in motion. Shotgun snap. Kellen back to throw. Has time. Going to throw deep. Far sideline to Krob and overshot him. But a flag down at the 42.
Yeah, I think there was a hold on the sideline there. And you and I have talked many times about one of the things that defenders try and get away with is reaching up and grabbing an elbow there. And I think that's what happened to Krob.
Defense, it's a 10-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
That's exactly what that was.
Not an automatic first down. That is the first penalty of the game against Humboldt.
Right, it's just 15 yards, and if it doesn't get a first down, then you go with whatever's on the downs marker.
Yeah, it's third down and 4 now at the 26-yard line, so they'll try it again. Haverback in the pistol, looking over to the sideline. About 4 sets of instructions and hand signals coming in. Ryan in motion, back to throw. Haverback looking, rolling to the left, being chased. He's going to run. Got a block, 25-30, first down. As he crosses the 35 and dives ahead to about the 37-yard line. Dallas Clark wanted to hold, and he didn't get it.
Great stock block out there on the edge by Cole Thurn. Made that happen. He doesn't hold that stock block, keep his feet moving, and shield the defender. That first down never happens.
Gain of 12 and a Mount Vernon first down. 3 of 9 now on third down conversions. 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. 21-11 Humboldt. 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right. 7 on the play clock. 3-man rush. Hurd up the middle, 40. And gets to about the 44 before he's tripped up. And did get about 6 yards out of it. That's Mount Vernon's best run in a while. As I mentioned, no time to panic here if you're the Mustangs. They were down 16-0 up at Algona. and came back to get that victory in the quarterfinal, 31-28. Second down and 4 from the near side hash at the 44-yard line. 2 left, 2 right. Handoff, Hurd off tackle left, breaks 1 tackle, and then push back as he gets to the 49. It's going to be a first down. Going to go for 5 and a Mount Vernon first down. Trey Al-Hamid on the stop. Stangs get a first down. At the 49 as we go under 3 minutes to play here in the third. This time 2 in the backfield for Mount Vernon. And a shotgun snap. Haverback to throw and sets up the middle screen. Thurn with the catch. And he gets it into Humboldt territory down to the Wildcat 46. And they're going to pick up 5. Humboldt bench was really unhappy about something.
A lot of young assistant coaches down there that have still got plenty of testosterone.
Second down and 5 coming up. 3 receivers right. They'll put Krob out to the left. Blitz being shown. And here it comes. Picked up. They'll throw the out. Krob with the catch along the sideline and quickly out of bounds. And he'll have a first down as he takes it to the 37-yard line. They gave him a lot of room and he just took the 9 yards.
Big cushion there, and that's just a nice pitch and catch, and soft hands by Krob.
First down, Mustangs at the Humboldt 37-yard line. Haverback in the shotgun with 1 setback, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to throw, Kellen looking, going to throw the out. Krob with the catch again and out of bounds. But he's got a first down again at the 23-yard line.
Again, the coaches are seeing that cushion that they're giving Krob down there. That just a nice little 10-yard hook and curl pattern, and then come back to the ball. That's easy money in the bank right there if they're going to keep that cushion on him that big.
4th catch, 69 yards for Watson Krob. Make it a first down at the 23 of Humboldt. Mount Vernon trying to get back into this thing. Down by 10 here in the semifinals. And Haverback rolling to the right side, lofts it downfield, and Ryan nearly with a one-hand circus catch, but couldn't come up with it.
Boy, he was wide open too. Just a little too much air and led him a little too far.
And it'll be second down and 10. 4 out of 5 in this drive now for Haverback. So it'll be second down and 10 at the 23. Still a lot of time. Minute 54 here in the third. Down 10 for Mount Vernon. They'll send Jaspers in motion into the backfield. They'll fake it to him and they'll toss it out to Hurd. Trying to get to the corner and does. 20, 15, broke a tackle and gets cartwheeled down as he gets to the 12-yard line. That should move the chains. First down, Mount Vernon on a gain of 11.
Really like the way they're mixing up the play calling here. They've inside, outside, in the flat, downfield on the sideline. They've gone back to using the whole field again, and that's hard to defend.
In the red zone at the Humboldt 12-yard line. First down, Mount Vernon at the 12. They'll go with 4 receivers, and here comes Jaspers in motion. 5 on the play clock. Handoff up the middle to Hurd, inside the 10, and it's twisted down as he gets to the 9-yard line. As getting up off the bottom of the pile there for Humboldt was Busick. But a gain of 3 as we're under a minute to go here in the third. Long sustained drive again here for Mount Vernon. Second down and 7. Mustangs on the Wildcat 9-yard line. Wide side of the field to the left. And they will fake it and Haverback up the middle and tripped up. Falls forward to about the 7-yard line for a gain of 2.
It just feels like every time the Mustangs run the ball, they're one horseshoe tackle away from breaking something big here.
I think you're going to see Mount Vernon take it to the fourth quarter here, and that is the case. We are through 3 of this 3A semifinal. Humboldt 21, the Mount Vernon Mustangs 11. And we'll come back with the fourth quarter right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
At Hunt Graphic Innovations, it's the personal touch that counts. If you're serious about creating an eye-catching website or need assistance in graphic design for print, newsletters, posters, signs, or banners, Hunt Graphic Innovations has the experience to help get the job done. With personal attention and competitive pricing, discover the difference Hunt Graphic Innovations can make for you. At Jersey Mike's, we've offered a sub above since 1956. It starts with bread, fresh baked in our stores every day, topped with quality meats, cheeses, and ingredients sliced and grilled right in front of your eyes. And don't forget to add the juice, the red wine vinegar and olive oil blend that gives a Jersey Mike's subs its exquisite zing. Stop in and visit Jersey Mike's now at their 3 metro locations in the Fountains on the northeast side and on the east end of Marion near the corner of Highways 151 and 13 and Edgewood Road in the Westdale area. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Back with you here at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. Scott Unash, John Haggerty with you. The 3A semifinals and a fourth quarter about to get underway. We'll give you the third quarter numbers here in a moment, but a drive that Mount Vernon has got to cash in 7. At least 3, but you'd like to get 7 when you're down 10.
Absolutely. You want 7 right now for sure. And done a nice job on this drive of really mixing things up and being unpredictable. Humboldt's defense not sure where things are coming from, and that's a good sign. But to your point, Scott, you can settle for 3, but you want 7 while it's there, and you're in the red zone.
Very much so.
I mean, you're inside the 10 right now. You've got to come away with 7.
And we'll give you the third quarter numbers here in a moment.
Can get a first down at the 2-yard line. Ball right now at the 7 of Humboldt.
So Mount Vernon will bring them out on 3rd down and 5 from the Humboldt 7-yard line. 3 out of 9 on 3rd down tries here in the ball game. Haver back in there along with Hurd as everybody waits for TV to get back. All right, now we're set. 3rd down, shotgun. Kellen gets the high snap, back to throw, swings it out. Hurd with the catch in the 10 on an island at the 5 and brought down real close to the sticks, but he's going to be about a half a yard short. On the little swing pass. And 4th down and a half a yard, John, you got to go for it.
At this point, you do. There's no doubt. You don't know if you're going to be back down here again. Got whatever it is that they're going to have up their sleeve to get 1 yard. It's got to be executed right now.
Total yardage 237 for Mount Vernon, 221 for Humboldt. On 4th down, quick toss out to Hurd with blockers in front, stretches. He's got the first down. He's got the touchdown. Hurd from 4 yards out, and Mount Vernon has got it down to a 1-score game again.
Interesting formation. They had a tight trips out on the right-hand side of their offense, and that ball was just pitched out to him. The 2 outside receivers that were with him there kind of escorted him in. There was a little question as to whether he got the ball across before his knees hit, but no hesitation on the part of the nearest line judge.
It would have been a 1st and goal anyway. Here's the extra point, all important. It is up and good by Bennett Harp. And 21-18.
Well, mission accomplished on that drive.
Now you turn it over to your defense.
80 yards. Nothing simple or easy about it, but as we talked earlier, this is not a Mount Vernon team that panics. They don't let the heat get to them. When it comes time to perform, they have proven time and time again this season that they've got what it takes.
During our Westridge Care Center postgame show, we will have our play of the game. It's brought to you by Carpenters Local 308. Online at carpenterslocal308.org. Thanks to Bob Dobeck and everybody with that fine organization. Well, 21-18 game. We thought we'd get a close one, and we've got a close one.
Yeah. Both teams with just 2 possessions in that third quarter. So you have to figure 2, maybe 3 at the most in this fourth quarter. Got to really value every possession now if you're Mount Vernon's offense. And if you're the defense for Mount Vernon, you need to go 3. You need to get their offense to go 3 and out right now and get that ball back in your hands.
Bennett Harp to kick it off. Here's the approach and a line drive. Tail wagging kick will bounce right to Flaherty at the 5. Up the middle, 10. Little stutter move as he gets to the 20, and that cost him. They'll give him the 22-yard line on a 17-yard return.
Well, the Dogs have been called off here defensively in the third quarter anyway for Mount Vernon. It's going to be interesting to see here. What do they do defensively? They brought everybody on almost every play the entire first half. Called off the Dogs, did more of a read defense here in the third quarter. Where do they go from here, Scott?
1st and 10. Can they get a stop? 21-18 Humboldt, 11-12 still to play here in the ball game. 3 receivers, 2 to the left side for Matson. He'll get it and hands it off, and nothing doing for Cash McIntyre. Back to the line of scrimmage. And that is it. And nope, check that. That was Kirkhoff, the backup.
Good job by the defensive lineman for the Mustangs of staying low on that play.
2 sophomore running backs for Humboldt. They got a lot of youngsters. Matson to throw, a pump fake. Going to throw deep, contact, and there's the flag.
Flags, plural.
Flaherty got tangled up with Michael Ryan. Probably I'd say a good penalty, because that might have been a wide open receiver streaking downfield.
And there was nobody behind him. If he doesn't fall down on that, that probably does go the distance.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense. That's a 10-yard penalty. Resulting play will be a first down.
So it'll be a holding penalty because it was before the pass was thrown. And that will still give Humboldt their 11th first down of the ball game. Mount Vernon with 15. So 1st and 10, 32-yard line for the Wildcats, up by 3. 10:41 to play here in our semifinal. Trips to the right, make it 4 to the right now. Empty backfield, Matson rolling that way, lobs it out at the 35-yard line. And Van Pelt with the catch. Or check that. That is Jackson Flaherty, 6 instead of 8, and he'll take it out to the 40-yard line for a gain of 8. When Humboldt has been moving the ball, they've been getting chunks on first down. They got one there. Taking their time, play clock down to 12. Matson gets the snap, going to throw the quick out. Catch made at the 45-yard line to the 50, and brought down under shirt tail tackle. All the way down to the Mount Vernon 47-yard line. That time was Grote. Going to be a gain of 13 and another first down.
Cone Matson, the quarterback for Humboldt, back to his gunslinging ways. No sooner does he get that snap in the shotgun than he's throwing it downfield to whoever his intended receiver is. And these guys, when they catch it for Humboldt, they keep moving.
Yards after catch. Matson, a pump fake under pressure and sacked. Couple of Mustangs getting back at the 47-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 6.
Kason Curran there hit him low. Didn't allow him to go anywhere, and somebody else came in and covered up the top.
Yeah, one of them getting up off the bottom might have been Griesmeister. 2nd down and long. Empty backfield. Matson rolls under pressure. Spins away from one. Still on his feet. Got away from 2. 50, 45. Broke another tackle. And finally spun out of bounds. Down to the Mount Vernon 39-yard line. Houdini job by Matson.
Cohen Matson broke 3, if not 4 tackles. Would-be tacklers.
And got 14.
But not enough for the first down.
but a very manageable 3rd down and 2 coming up. Finally,
4 tackles, and none of them brought him down. He finally got pushed out of bounds.
Nova Lane finally tackled him. 3rd down and 2. Matson in the shotgun, the quick out, and before the pass, a penalty flag, and it's going to be a false start against Humboldt.
Boy, one of the few miscues they've had tonight.
But that's going to take it from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7 now. So a big, big penalty right there.
I don't know how this Matson kid gets the ball out of his hands as quickly as he does, Scott, and delivers as accurate of a pass as he does. He's almost been uncanny all night long.
3rd and 7, needing the Mount Vernon 37. Shotgun snap, Matson back to throw. Pressure, throws middle, and it's broken up, incomplete. Jace Jaspers knocked it away. Flaherty wanted a flag. Didn't get it.
And Matson got tomahawk chopped again after he let go of that pass.
Ethan Wood laid the wood to him.
Took him down to the ground hard.
And it's going to be a punting situation coming up. At least showing a punt.
Yeah, not before penetrating into Mount Vernon territory. Ball now on the Mustang 44.
And at least they're going to line up to punt. Would not be surprised if Mount Vernon plays a little safety here. They will punt it away. And a high floating kick. Jaspers at the 8. Camps under it. Makes a catch 10. Sidesteps 1. Gets to the 15-yard line. And Mount Vernon will be deep in their own kitchen. And now the Mount Vernon fans not happy with the little late tussle there.
Well, Jasper made a couple of guys miss, kept moving forward, and then got stood up by 3 or 4 Humboldt defenders coming downfield. Jasper decided, I'm not going down, and they kept pushing him back and pushing him back, and so that's what the Mount Vernon fans are upset about.
As we will have an officials timeout with 8:47 to play here in the ball game. Mount Vernon with the ball down 3, 21-18. We'll be back right after this to the Unidome on CRM Live Sports.
Are you looking for one unique workout location that combines everything you're looking for? The House of Iron is redefining the Cedar Rapids area fitness landscape. House of Iron isn't just another gym. It's a sanctuary for anyone seeking to transform their life through physical and mental well-being. Sporting state-of-the-art equipment and hexagonal lighting, not only is the space illuminated with a sense of energy and purpose, you will be too. Take advantage of other amenities like a cold plunge, a sauna, ultra-modern locker room, showers, and coming soon, a picture and posing room, and more. House of Iron offers monthly memberships as well as personal training sessions for people of all ages and ability. Whether you're a seasoned fitness enthusiast or just beginning your wellness adventure, House of Iron promises to be more than just a gym. It's a beacon of hope, positivity, and vitality. And opening soon, a second location in the historic World Theater building of downtown Cedar Rapids.
John, we thought it was going to be a very close game. It has been exactly that. Teams within 3 points of one another, 21-18. Two teams are within 3 yards of one another in total offense. Just as we suspected. Okay. And now Mount Vernon with the rock.
Coming down to crunch time here. Victory's hanging in the balance either way for both of these teams. Somebody going to have to reach out and grab it.
Mount Vernon will have possession at the 16-yard line as they will start this particular drive. Down 21-18. It was 14-11 at halftime. Mount Vernon scored the first 11 of the game. Humboldt came back, took a 3-point lead into the break. Had the only touchdown of the third quarter. Mount Vernon got one early in the fourth. First down at the 16-yard line. Have her back. Talking things over with Cooper Hurd, and he'll hand it off to Hurd up the middle and taken down from behind. Hendricks, who's been a load all night, came up with a stop after a gain of about a yard. 66 tough yards for Cooper Hurd.
None of those rushes he's had tonight has been easy. Not one of them.
Tell you, Humboldt does not have the biggest guys in the world, but man, they really are fundamentally good.
Fly to the ball. They're quick.
Second down and 9. Jaspers around the formation to the left in motion. Haverback throws short, catch made, and a short gain to the 20-yard line as they tried that little slip screen to Thurn, and he's going to get about 3. Every third down is major now. 3rd and 6 for Mount Vernon. 7:45 clock rolling here in the ball game. Each team with, well, I say, yes, Mustangs with 1 timeout. Back to throw, Haverback on the pump fake. Has all day, guns the middle of the field, catch made, Jaspers. On the crossing route at the 35, takes it to the 38 for a gain of 18.
Great job by Jasper of breaking off his route and then floating into an open seam where he could be spotted and targeted. Also credit the offensive line there. They gave their quarterback all day to look downfield.
1st and 10. Big third down conversion for Mount Vernon. You want to use up the clock. They've got Mount Vernon with 1 timeout left. I got him with all 3. I'm going to go with mine. Jaspers in motion. Handoff. Hurd ran right into his own pulling lineman and fell down at the 41 after a gain of 3. The timing just wasn't perfect on that one, but they got 3 out of it. And it'll be 2nd down and 7. Winner gets Dubuque-Wahlert next Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Under 6:40 to play in the ball game. You'd love to use all 6 minutes plus and score a touchdown here if you're Mount Vernon.
Just taking their time and making sure they execute right now.
Shotgun, Kellen back to throw. Looking, has time, throws the middle, deflected and picked off. Or was it? No. Yep, they did say picked off. Flaherty came up with the deflection and the 3rd interception. His 2nd pick of the night.
Wait a minute, they're bringing it back, Scott.
Oh, now wait a minute.
They're bringing it back.
Now the white hat said incomplete.
The line judge who was downfield and called that interception off of the deflection immediately made the call, and then the white hat, which is about as far away as you can get, came in, and I think he overruled it.
Well, it was close.
Yeah, now that roar you're hearing from the Humboldt crowd is because they just showed the replay
now
on the Jumbotron.
Now they're talking it over now.
Yeah, we've got a deliberation now, and this is going to be a huge outcome either way.
It's either going to be Humboldt ball at the 31 and the 3rd interception, and now you got 4 officials.
Well, half of this stadium is going to go bonkers, and the other is going to go nuts.
And it's incomplete.
Oh, the Humboldt fans and their coaches are beside themselves.
And like you said, half are going to be happy, the other half are going to be unhappy. And right now, the unhappy guy is Derek Ellman.
And his assistants are taking it even worse than he is.
But it's still a 3rd down for Mount Vernon. 3rd and 7, 6:22 to play, down 3. Jaspers in motion, and the snap got away from the quarterback, and it's loose. And I think Humboldt's got it at the 40. They're going to unpile, and it's Humboldt ball. Humboldt ball at the 40-yard line. As coming up with it was Landon Halverson. The quarterback was not ready for the snap. I don't know what happened, but Haverback was not ready for it, never saw it. And the fumble gives it to Humboldt. With 6:18 to play at the Mount Vernon 40. Man. First down, Matson with 1 setback in the gun. Gonna throw the quick slant, and that's knocked down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. The defenses are picking it up now, John.
Well, everything's turned a little frenetic here in the Unidome at this point. You got two teams that are just scratching and clawing at each other, trying to get this win and get to the championship game.
3 Mount Vernon turnovers. You got to hold them to at least a field goal if they score. Matson the quick out, Flaherty on the catch at the 40, tackled by Krob as he'll take it down to the 36-yard line. Breezemeister also on the tackle, and it's a gain of 4.
Yet another wide receiver screen here for Humboldt. How many of those have they thrown tonight, Scott?
About 20.
Oh, my goodness.
Under 6 to play, 3rd down and 6. From the Mustang 36. 21-18, Humboldt on top in the semifinal. Mount Vernon showing blitz, and they've got 5 on the line of scrimmage. Still 9 on the play clock, and a quarterback draw, and Matson's got the first down.
Ran right past the blitzing linebacker.
And he'll take it down to the 28-yard line and a Humboldt first down. 5 out of 9 now on 3rd down tries. And the clock melting away. 5:18, 5:17 to play. Matson in the gun. Got McIntyre in his left hip. And they're going to take that play clock all the way down into single digits. And it's another quarterback draw. Matson broke 1 tackle, and he's ahead to about the 25-yard line before he's pushed back. And they'll give him about 3. Got a feeling Matson's not going to hand it off a whole lot anymore, as Tyler Williams made the stop.
Pretty impressive for that young man, because the pounding he's taken tonight by the defenders of Mount Vernon, and he still looks fresh as a daisy.
2 receivers to the right. Van Pelt in the slot left. 4:28 to play. 21-18 Humboldt. They've got it on the Mount Vernon 25 with a 2nd and 7. They will hand it off. McIntyre up the middle, and he gets inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. And got 5. And a huge 3rd down coming up for Mount Vernon. 3rd and 5 on the 23. 4 minutes even to play. Winner goes to the championship. Empty backfield. 4 receivers to the right. See if Matson keeps it. Nope, going to throw. Rolling to the right side. He's going to throw to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Valley Davis on the deep end. Caught it in a 23-yard touchdown.
4 receivers on the wide side of the field for Humboldt. 3 of them went one way, and the other one went on the post pattern right down the middle of the field.
And the big score to maybe put this thing out of reach with 3:44 to go.
Valley Davis made it look easy.
One-on-one coverage there. Extra point try on its way, and it is good. And it's 28-18. On the 23-yard hookup.
Well, that made things considerably tougher. It's going to take some big-time heroics from Mount Vernon at this point. 3:44 left. Down 10.
28-18. As a kickoff coming up here, we'll have the Westridge Care Center postgame show coming up for you. Let's take a break. We'll come back with the kickoff after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Laborers International Union of North America Local 43 is proud to be supporting high school sports. From individual members involved in coaching sports at many different levels to being fans, Local 43 is involved with our young people in the area. Members of Local 43 work in the construction building trades and heavy highway industries and are trained in environmental remediation as well as pipeline work. Local 43 is always seeking new members. LIUNA offers world-class training and education to start a safe career. Information is available at local43.org.
28-18 now. Mount Vernon with their work cut out for them, down by 10. Awaiting the kick, Ryan and Jaspers, and it will be Jaspers at the goal line to the 10, coming left, 15-20, up the middle, 25-30, and finally brought down at the 34-yard line. Good return. Thought they were going to get him for being in the end zone. It's where the football is, though.
That's right. Ball crosses over, then it's a touchback. But Jasper was one tackle away from breaking that for the distance.
And that would have been a helpful little thing right there. So 1st and 10 for Mount Vernon. And now you're going to have to wing it. Haverback to throw. The junior steps up in the pocket, throws middle, tipped, almost picked off again by Flaherty. Off the hands of Mikey Ryan. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Ryan Open had several yards behind the linebackers and in front of the free safety, who had a big cushion back there. He's not going to let himself get beat whatsoever. Ball thrown too high to be brought in, however.
That deep end was open. 2nd down and 10. Trip receivers up top to the left. Hurd stays in the backfield. Krob by himself to the right. 3-man front. They're going to bring a linebacker. Back to throw. Kellen swings it out. Hurd on the catch. 30, 35. Good move. 40. And he'll get with a flag down to the 42.
I'm afraid the face mask there might be on Hurd, who reached up, and I think he got a piece of the face mask onto the stiff arm.
And that's kind of the way the 4th quarter has gone for Mount Vernon.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Whoa, they got it on the defense.
Wow. Oh, it sure was on the replay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But Hurd had his hand up in the face mask, too.
So it's a 8-yard pass.
Scott, the big eye in the sky don't lie.
No, it doesn't. 1st down, Mount Vernon into Humboldt territory now with 3:21 to play. At the 43-yard line, shotgun snap, Kellen back to throw. Has all day, throws, and a leaping catch made. What a catch by Michael Ryan. Close to the 20-yard line at the 21 on the deep end.
He had to go up higher than he thought he probably could to bring that in at its highest point. And he caught it, triangled in between 3 defenders.
Not over yet. 1st down just outside the red zone. Mount Vernon at the Humboldt 21-yard line. 3 receivers to the right side. Haverback to throw. Now scrambling. Throws back to the middle of the field in the end zone. Sliding catch, touchdown. Michael Ryan. That didn't take long.
Oh, we knew it was going to be like this. Ryan had to go down on a hip to bring that in. The ball was thrown low, but he was about 1 yard into the purple of the Panther end zone. How about that?
21-yard touchdown. Big extra point by Bennett Harp to try to bring Mount Vernon within 3 with 2:54 to go. They score in 50 seconds, and the extra point is good. And it's 28-25 now. Well, I'll ask you. No need, I think, at this point with 3 timeouts, and they have put 3 timeouts back in the board for Mount Vernon, John.
Yes, they have.
I don't foresee an onside kick yet. They've been very successful, except for Liberty last night in this week of semifinal action.
And you know what? I've given up predicting what coaches are going to do anymore, because every time I think I know what I would do, then they'll do something opposite. And I'm not saying it would be the wrong thing to do. You have to assess your team. You have to know what your special teams are capable of. You have to know what the feel on the sideline for your team is right now. Do you trust your defense? That's another big question. If you know you can trust your defense, get 3 and out, and get the defensive stop, obviously you don't do an onside kick here.
Well, we'll see what Mount Vernon will elect to do here. 3 timeouts.
Both ways.
Both ways.
That plays a big factor in it too, I think.
Sure does. Humboldt's got the hands team up there.
They're bunched up right now, looking to see what kind of a formation Mount Vernon's kicking team is going to come out in.
Brad Meester's got the hat on backwards.
Yeah, the hands team is out there now for Humboldt. They're waiting an onside kick.
And I don't think they're going to get it. They've got one deep man back at about the 15-yard line. And they are going to onside kick it, and we've got a penalty.
The Mustangs got across the line before the ball was kicked, I believe.
They were going to try it. Fourth Mount Vernon penalty of the ball game.
Well, and that onside attempt at a kick was kicked hard. I mean, there was no doubt that thing was going to go way beyond the 10-yard buffer that it needs to.
I find that interesting that they were going to try. Now do you do it again? You did it once.
Well, you got a chance to kick it maybe in a little different.
Oh, now they try it out of the bunch formation, and now we've got whistles all over the place.
I think they might have gotten off early on that one, too. They're probably going to go back another 5.
So they didn't get the ready for play signal.
Ah, the ball was not spotted, so to speak.
They just put down the ball on the tee, ran up in that bunch formation, and tried to, well.
Not a penalty, however.
Not a penalty. Just,
no.
Hey, let's do it again. Well, third time the charm.
Well, do they have a third variation on an onside kick? Because we've seen 2.
Mount Vernon's got all their hands guys out there, too. And
now they're faking the bunch.
now they're going to bring it out. And
I would call that a third variation on an onside kick.
I think you're
That's
right.
a well-coached team.
All right, here we go to the right side and another penalty.
And another onside dribbler, but this time the other way, to the opposite side of the field.
Now, are they going to say the kicker's offside?
No, you can't say the kicker's offside. It has to be one of the guys going downfield. So they'll back him up another 5.
I did not see anyone cross the 35 that time.
We may get yet a 4th variation on an onside kick by Mount Vernon. How many do you practice? How many do you have time to practice? We've seen 3 different ones in a row here. Credit the Mustang special teams for that.
3 timeouts left, 2:54, 28-25, Humboldt leading Mount Vernon, and they're backed up after 2 offsides to their own 30. And I'm going to keep a weather eye on that 30-yard line this time. I can't believe they would call that on the kicker. All right, here we go. And now they're going to pooch it. Far side takes a bounce at the 30, and then it's
He fumbled it.
It's fumbled at the 32, and Humboldt got back on
got
it.
back.
Whoa, boy. Muffed by Cash McIntyre, but he fell on it. And that could have been interesting. At the 33-yard line, 3 timeouts left.
Still comes down to your defense having to stand here. They've got to force the 3 and out.
And what does Humboldt do? Do they keep winging it like they have been on the short passes? Or do they run the football?
And what does the defense for Mount Vernon do? Do they pin their ears back and send everybody again, or do they sit back and read?
First down, 33-yard line, 3 timeouts for both teams. Humboldt up by 3. Everybody up out of their seats here at the Unidome. Shotgun, they're going to throw it. Matson out to Flaherty, makes the man miss, and then Krob brings him down, and a late flag's going to come in for a late hit.
And if that's not right in front of the Humboldt bench, I don't know if that gets called. All those Humboldt coaches screaming all night in the officials' ears.
It's going to be a gain of 1, but they're going to get 15 tacked on. That's going to be a big one.
By the letter of the law, it's probably the right call, but
it was close. Got one out to Flaherty, and unfortunately, the Mount Vernon player just was in mid-flight, just couldn't stop.
And he did come down hard, right on top of the Humboldt receiver.
So a gain of 1 and a gain of 15, and the clock moving. 2:40 to play and a first down. The 15th for Humboldt. They're going to take all of this play clock. Mount Vernon with Jackson Anderson showing a blitz. Play clock down to 6 at the 47-yard line, up by 3. Matson under pressure. Woods got him and tosses him down. Back at the 36-yard line, Ethan Wood came through there like a freight train, and Mount Vernon's going to get a timeout. Fifth Mount Vernon sack. And this one's going to be a loss of 9.
But only second down.
So 2:16 to play. We'll take a final timeout and come back with a second down and long. Humboldt up 28-25. And we'll be back right after this on CRM Live Sports.
Laborers International Union of North America Local 43 is proud to be supporting high school sports. From individual members involved in coaching sports at many different levels to being fans, Local 43 is involved with our young people in the area. Members of Local 43 work in the construction building trades and heavy highway industries and are trained in environmental remediation as well as pipeline work. Local 43 is always seeking new members. LIUNA offers world-class training and education to start a safe career. Information is available at local43.org.
Well, we've seen controversy, we've seen offense, we've seen a little bit of defense, and a great game. 28-25, 2:20 to play. Mount Vernon down to 2 timeouts, down 3. Second down and long. Matson on the quarterback draw, and he'll get to the 40-yard line. Mount Vernon trying to tackle the ball, and there comes the second timeout, as Matson's going to get 3. And they will have one more timeout remaining. So needless to say, John, this is a huge play coming up. With 3rd and about 16 on the 41-yard line.
Not sure what the scoreboard's saying. What you said is correct. They've got 3rd and 11.
Well, after Norwalk, I've learned to read my own. We couldn't see it. But I'm going to go with the chains. 3rd and 16 on the 41. We'll have the Westridge Care Center postgame show coming up for you at the conclusion of this one. As been a fun Saturday night here in the Unidome. All right. 3rd down from the 41. Their own 41. They need the Mount Vernon 43-yard line on 3rd and 16. Mount Vernon with 1 timeout left. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Shotgun snap, Matson on the quarterback draw, and brought down immediately by Wood at the line of scrimmage. And Brad Meester will use his final timeout. And Mount Vernon is going to get it back with around 2 minutes to go. Well, do you go after it here, John? Or do you just set up, get your offense out there and try to get a good return?
The thing that scares me about going after it, Scott, is what if you get a roughing call or something like that?
And it's going to be a first down and the game's over.
Yeah, I just don't think you can risk something like that happening. You've still got 2:07, even though you don't have any timeouts. I think it's more doable that you can drive the field or at least get to the point where you can get a field goal that will tie this thing up and send it to overtime. Let's keep in mind, we talked in our pregame keys to the show about how special teams could be a deciding factor and that Bennett Harp does have a 47-yard field goal to his credit this year.
Sirks to punt. Jasper's back at the 25-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 41. Here's the snap. They're setting up a return. That's a low kick. Returnable. Jasper's at the 23. Coming to the right, 30. Breaks the tackle, 35. And ahead to the 36-yard line. That was a good return.
Yeah, and even if the punt return team did have some kind of a fancy return situation on, that was such a line drive and quick punt downfield that they wouldn't have had time to set anything up.
Well, 1:57 to go. for Mount Vernon to either tie it or win it.
We're one pass to Watson Krob from this being over.
Back to throw, Kellen on first down. Under pressure, hit from the blind side, ball loose. And I think Humboldt's got it at the 37-yard line.
He was blindsided, and that, yes, Humboldt does come up with it. The 4th turnover of the game for Mount Vernon.
And that's going to be the killer.
2 interceptions in the first half, 2 fumbles in the second half.
Sacked by Siler Brown.
And there's no way that could have been known that it was coming.
Oh, Siler Brown came up with it. I did not see who came up with the hit.
Haverback completely blindsided from behind.
And it will be a Humboldt ball, and they'll have to fall on it.
Couple of kneel downs, and that's going to unfortunately do it.
Well, it came down to the team with the less mistakes. And I'm sure that's what Brad Meester is going to say. As there's the kneel down, and Mount Vernon coming after him, but you can't blame him at this point. Going to be a loss of 1. And
well, if they do something that they're not supposed to, then you throw a flag, and I don't see a flag.
No. So this will take it down to about a minute. 3rd down will take it down to, I mean, there's a chance Mount Vernon could get it back with a couple seconds left. Here's Matson taking another knee.
Well, in theory, they could get it with about 3 or 4 seconds
left. Yeah, they could get it, but without a timeout. A very, very good effort by Mount Vernon here. Just too many untimely mistakes.
I think what you do here, if you're Humboldt, is you actually snap the ball to your quarterback and let him run backwards for 3 seconds.
Let him run around. Clock down to 40. And Matson will take another knee. And they will not have to run another play. 28-25 as Humboldt is going to win it. As the Wildcats will take a 11-1 record for the championship game. They'll take on undefeated Dubuque Wahlert right back here next Friday afternoon here at the Unidome. We'll take a break, come back with the Westridge Care Center post-game show for you. And we'll do it right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
End your search for your favorite restaurant in Cedar Rapids. Come to Emil's Hideaway. Emil's is the home for the best tasting American food around. Choose from your favorites: chicken, pasta dishes, pizzas, burgers, and fries. Whether you're bringing the whole family for a meal or wetting your whistle at our fully stocked bar, there's something to satisfy all ages and tastes at our classic American local restaurant. Need catering for your next party or event? Emil's has that too. Call them for details. Emil's Hideaway, open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m., is right next to Home Depot and across from Lyndale Mall on 1st Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Spinal Corrective Center, PC, 3800 River Ridge Drive, Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Dr. Gene Kretzinger and Dr. Janet Kuehl provide education to families on healthy living and wellness. If you want to reach optimum health and peak performance levels or are suffering from injury, pain, and other health problems, the chiropractic care they provide can give you relief and stability. Spinal Corrective Center PC has over 50 years combined experience in chiropractic care. And athletes, let us help you perform at 100% through sports chiropractic care. Call today at 393-3996 to schedule an appointment or go online at spinalcc.com. Spinal Corrective Center PC, delivering quality chiropractic care for the body to function at its highest level. American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-Vee for more details. Whether you need long-term care or short-term rehabilitation for your elder, one visit to Westridge Care Center and you'll see what has made them one of the finest nursing care facilities in the area since 1992. At Westridge Care Center, our number one priority is to make all loved ones in our care safe and healthy. Westridge Care Center implements the Eden philosophy to reflect an environment of living as a habitat for humans instead of a place of frailty and waiting. Call 390-3367 to arrange a tour of their privately owned single-entity facility with private rooms with all the amenities. Westridge Care Center, 3131 F Avenue Northwest, Cedar Rapids, and online at westridgecarecenter.com.
Back with you from the Unidome in Cedar Falls on the Westridge Care Center postgame show, brought to you by Westridge Care Center. They're a privately owned facility that offers 24-hour community of care, which ensures each person feels welcome. Call to learn more about their services or to schedule a tour, 390-3367, or see them online at westridgecarecenter.com. 28-25, Humboldt gets the victory. They are off to the championship game to take on Dubuque-Wahlert. That will be next Friday afternoon. Mount Vernon closes out a terrific season with a mark of 10-2. And Mount Vernon did a lot of good things, but unfortunately, the number that's going to stick out is 4, and that's 4 turnovers, and they led to 14 points, while Mount Vernon, with 2 of those turnovers, took 14 points away from themselves.
And no turnovers.
And no turnovers for Humboldt.
One team had 4 turnovers, the other had none, and unfortunately that was the story. When you think back on it a week from now, a month from now, you're going to look at the 28-25 score that Humboldt takes away on their way to the championship game, and you're going to say to yourself, how was Mustang able to do that with 4 turnovers to the Wildcats 0? And yet, so much to be proud of for the Mustangs at the same time.
Yeah, very much so. We'll get to the final stats coming up in a moment. It looks so promising early with a 11-0 lead for Mount Vernon. Things are just moving so well, and you give Humboldt a lot of credit because they came up with the change of strategy. They went to the short pass, and that paid dividends for the rest of the ball game.
Yeah, and it was more than just their ability to adapt, Scott, because in a lot of ways, Mount Vernon put a physical beating on Humboldt's offense, especially their quarterback, who the Matson kid, who I want to say he was unflappable. He never once came up from being pounded into the turf gimpy. He never once limped. He never once held a hand or a shoulder or anything like that. He just came back up and delivered in the clutch when they had to have something. The guy took care of business for him, and my hat's off to them because I don't know if Mount Vernon could have come at it any harder than they did.
No, I agree. Just too many mistakes. Just too many mistakes that just killed Mount Vernon in this game here tonight.
And still they fought back and gave themselves a puncher's chance at the end.
Hasn't been a whole lot that's gone wrong in the last 2 weeks for the Mount Vernon Mustangs. And you take a look at a state volleyball championship. How about Brad Meester's last 2 weeks?
You think he's gotten much sleep?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Hey, you had a chance with the ball with 1:57 to go, and unfortunately, defense made a play. And they came from behind. Kellen Haverback had no idea that defensive lineman was coming from the blind side. Heck of a hit, knocked the ball away, and fortunately for Humboldt, went right to one of their defensive linemen.
Hurts and stings right now. They're down on the field, and kind of a little bit of shock and awe a little bit now that they're trying to figure out how the season is over and what to do next. But what a tremendous season for the Mount Vernon Mustangs. They had so much success this year and were so fun to watch, and such a credit to the whole Mount Vernon community. Gave so much pleasure and so much joy to the school district and the residents of Mount Vernon. they're going to look back and be so proud of this in years to come. Did they fall short? Of course they did. Were a lot of those things self-inflicted? Yes. But you know what? That's football. And it wasn't for a lack of being a cohesive team. This was 11 guys out there whose hearts were beating at one as much as it could possibly have happened. And beyond that, all the guys on the team, the coaches, the trainers, everybody, they did it the way that it's supposed to be done. And they made as deep a run as they could. My hat's off to them. Congratulations on a fantastic season. How about Brad Meester's rookie season as a head coach?
Not too bad.
All you did was end up in the semifinals with a puncher's chance at the end to go to the championship game.
Yeah, he ended up with a record of 10-2 for Mount Vernon, and they're going to miss a lot of folks, but they got a lot of folks coming back next year. So that is good news for the Mustangs. Let's take a look at the final numbers in this one on the Westridge Care Center postgame show here. Mount Vernon got 2 first-quarter touchdowns, or scores, I should say. It was Bennett Harp getting the scoring underway with a 32-yard field goal to make it 3-0. And then a great pass from Haverback to Krobe. That covered 29 yards. The extra point, they went for 2 out of the swinging gate, got it, and it was 11-0. But the Humboldt scored the rest of the points in the first half to take a 14-11 lead at the break. Cash McIntyre, a 7-yard run to make it 11-7, and then Keegan Grote, a 7-yard pass from Cohen Matson to make it 14-11. And then the third quarter scoring, Humboldt got the only points, as it was another pass from Matson to Grote, this time from 4 yards out, made it 21-11. But back came Mount Vernon. Cooper Hurd, a 3-yard run, stretched out, got it, made it 21-18. But then Valley Davis, a third touchdown pass from Cohen Matson, a 23-yarder. They ultimately gave the winning points to make it 28-18. And then Michael Ryan got a 21-yard pass with just under 3 minutes left to bring Mount Vernon within 3. They got the stop they needed, and then the turnover bug hit them for the 4th time. And Humboldt, without any Mount Vernon timeouts left, they ran out the clock to win it 28-25. Final numbers, I have 326 yards for Mount Vernon, 286 for Humboldt. For Mount Vernon, 229 through the air. Haverback tonight, 22 of 30 for 229 yards, 1 touchdown, and did throw 2 interceptions in the game. Receiving, Michael Ryan, 8 for 83 and a touchdown. 4 catches apiece for Thurn and Krobe. Krobe had a touchdown catch, 69 yards. Thurn had 29. Jace Jaspers caught 3 for 32. Hurd caught 3 for 14. On the ground, Cooper Hurd, 21 carries for 69 yards and 1 touchdown to lead the way. Haverback carried it 8 times for 26 yards. Mount Vernon ended up with 19 first downs to 15 for Humboldt. Wildcats, 286 total yards, 210 through the air, and a total of 76 on the ground. Ground game led by Cash McIntyre. He ran it for 7 times for 37 yards. Kirchhoff ran it twice for 30. Matson had 18 for a net of 9. But Matson, 16 of 27 for the lefty senior, 210 yards and 3 touchdowns. 7 catches for Grote for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. Flaherty caught 5 for 44 yards. Davis caught a 3-touchdown night for a total of 61 yards. And Mason Van Pelt caught 1. And also it was Jackson Flaherty coming up with a catch. 15 first downs for Humboldt, 4 penalties on the Wildcats for 45 yards. Mount Vernon was penalized 6 times in the ball game for 45 yards. 5 sacks for the Mustangs, 2 sacks in the ball game for Humboldt. The third down conversions, you got Mustangs 4 out of 12, 6 of 12 for Humboldt. Mount Vernon was 2 out of 2 on 4th down tries, and the time of possession 28-45 for Mount Vernon, 19-15 for Humboldt. So that is the tale of the tape on the Westridge Care Center postgame show as Mount Vernon falls to Humboldt in this 3A semifinal by a score of 28-25. We'll come back, have a final word from the Unidome in Cedar Falls, and pick our play and player of the game for you after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Looking for the best in commercial and residential flooring? At Schumacher Carpets and More, it's the little things that count. Family owned since 1987, the professionals at Schumacher have what you're looking for. Whether it is carpet, luxury vinyl plank, ceramic, laminate, or wood, their personal service and quality products set Schumacher apart in the flooring industry. Famous for a relaxed and pressure-free shopping experience, let the experts at Schumacher Carpets and More break down your options with just a simple conversation. Call, visit, or request an online quote from their website today. Carpenters Local 308 in Cedar Rapids is a member of the North Central States Regional Council of Carpenters, representing nearly 27,000 members and their families in the upper Midwest. The union is dedicated to protecting and elevating the economic and social conditions of all workers and to provide our industry with the best trained, most productive, and safest workforce available. Carpenters Local 308 is always looking for new workers to join their ranks. Apprenticeship classes and training are available for you to become a skilled worker for your career. More information on Carpenters Local 308 is available at carpenterslocal308.org.
Back with you one final time from the Unidome here in Cedar Falls. Scott Udash, John Haggerty with you as Mount Vernon goes down to defeat as the Mustangs fall to Humboldt tonight. 28-25 here in this Class 3A semifinal. So all the finals are now set as it will be in 3A Dubuque Wahlert taking on Humboldt for the state championship. We need to pick our player of the game. It is brought to you by Schumacher Carpets and More. Looking for the best in commercial and residential flooring at Schumacher Carpets and More. It's the little things that count. Call, visit, or request an online quote from their website today, and that is at SchumacherCarpets.com. What are you thinking, John? You got somebody in mind that jumped out tonight for Mount Vernon?
Honestly, I don't.
I think it was just a good team effort.
It really, and that's been their modus operandi the whole year, is that no one person stands out on this team. In fact, that's the way they want it. That's the way their coaches designed it. They don't have a superstar like a lot of teams that, you can say, oh, well, that's their big go-to guy. Well, Mount Vernon doesn't really have that. They all just do their job. They love the fact that they're maybe a little bit anonymous in some regards.
Senior class. The seniors deserve it. Now, 2 years of doing what Mount Vernon did, getting to the Dome this year. Yeah, I know they didn't get to the Dome last year, but you are not going to tell you, me, Williamsburg, or Mount Vernon that quarterfinal last year was not the 3A state championship game in Williamsburg.
It was one of the best games that we've called in the 2 decades we've been working together.
Yeah, ever. And just watching this Mount Vernon program as many times as we did, they're tremendous. So good job by that senior group to have 2 back-to-back seasons to be definitely proud of.
They're seriously, this isn't just broadcast speak. They are one of the top teams in the state 2 years in a row, and there's a lot of teams that can't say that. There's teams that win a state championship that can't say it 2 years back to back. Mount Vernon's program right now they're up there amongst the elites in 3A, and people just expect them to be every year, along with the usual suspects, but hats off to them for what they did this year to get to the Dome, and then the moxie that it took after a 4-turnover game tonight to still be within 3 of taking this to overtime and having a shot at it with under 2 minutes left. That's amazing, Scott.
Yeah, so hats off to that senior group for the Mount Vernon Mustangs, as they are collectively our Schumacher Carpets and More players of the game. Our play of the game brought to you by Carpenters Local 308. They're dedicated to protecting their workers and to provide the best trained workforce available. Apprenticeship classes and training are available online at carpenterslocal308.org. And the start was great, 11-0. you could look as positive plays here. I think the pass from Kellen Haverback to Michael Ryan, I think right there, that play to bring Mount Vernon within 3, and then the defensive stand
gave them the chance
to give them the opportunity.
They had life at that point
to come back and try to win this thing.
I guarantee you they thought they could come back and win it after that touchdown.
Oh, absolutely.
I guarantee you.
Absolutely. And
how many, on that particular drive alone that culminated with the Michael Ryan, how many other receptions on that drive did Ryan have?
Oh, at least a couple.
He was clutch in the end.
At least a couple. And by the way, that particular hookup is back next year. One more year of Orion in the Mount Vernon football program. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, Eastern Lynn County, because next year is going to be it. Well, until grandkids start coming along. But I don't want to push that. But
we won't go there.
No, that pass catch by Michael Ryan in the end zone, that will be our play of the game, brought to you by Carpenters Local 308. No scores to give other than the fact that Wahlert beat Sergeant Bluff Luton by a score of 17-16, so it will be Wahlert in action against Humboldt next Friday afternoon. That will be a 1 o'clock kickoff here at the Unidome.
And I'd like to say good luck, best of luck, and best wishes to my old coaching adversary from Wahlert, Jim Kaloran, who has been retired for many years now from all the days that he and I pitted heads against each other at the sophomore level way back in the 80s. And now he has come out of retirement and is helping out with the Wahlert staff. And, I mean, you want to talk about a football entity at Dubuque Wahlert that has been there for decades. I mean, we're probably talking almost 5 decades worth of involvement there. If Jim Kaloran could come away as part of a state championship team, that would be phenomenal. Good, best wishes, killer.
Yeah, there you go. And, yeah, we got basketball coming up, believe it or not, a week from Saturday. No rest for the wicked. But we will have the girls' opener. It's an early one. They had to actually move this Mississippi Valley Conference game due to a schedule conflict later in the season, but it'll be top 10 rated Cedar Falls. They're going to be top 10 rated. They always are in girls basketball. They're going to come down to take on the Linn-Mar Lions, and we'll have it next Saturday afternoon, a week from today. That'll be at 2:15 over on the north side of Marion. So Linn-Mar and Cedar Falls. Then we got a week off, and we'll have, I believe, 3 games from Rivalry Saturday over at Johnson Hall on the Kirkwood campus. So looking forward to bringing you basketball as we get started with the winter sports season.
Get a little closer to the action, don't you?
Yeah, we're getting a little closer. John, 22, right?
22 for us. How many is it for you?
Oh, gosh, going back to 1988.
Yeah, so you're coming up on a pretty big milestone, not too distant future yourself.
That's right, but we got a few years.
But
yet.
22 great years of the Nash and the Stash. And you know what, Scott? We talked about this on the way up in the car tonight. This being over 2 decades that we've worked together now, we had some pretty darn interesting games this year. And this is one of the more memorable. We don't get a finish with the championship game. Okay, granted that. But we have stories from this football's fall that are unique as any we've ever had in some respects. And we won't go through and regale you with all of them to our listening audience right now, but just the fact that, I mean, I had as much fun this year, I think, as maybe, and that's saying, because we've had some darn fun balls.
But state championships, many of them. And, yeah, this year we get to the Dome again. Didn't make it last year, so, hey, you don't make it every year. But thank you, John. Appreciate it. You're the best. And we will look forward to next August when we get together. We'll actually look forward to the middle of the winter. Well, actually, about 2 months from now, they'll have the districts. They'll put everything together. They'll get that all straightened out. And then first part of March, they'll have the schedules coming out. And before we know it, I'll send you something and say, hey, here it is. And away we go. So thank you. Appreciate it.
You bet. Always fun, Scott. Our association has been a great one, and hope the fans enjoy it out there. Special thank you to our sponsors. We have so many loyal sponsors that are just going to carry on their support into the winter months here. couldn't do it without you folks, and don't think that it goes for granted, because it sure doesn't.
Yeah, 19 great sponsors, and we thank them all. You can see them on our website at crmlivesports.com. You can get all the archives through the 3.5 years as well that we have been on the air. That's going to wrap things up one final time for football from the Unidome. And the final score of this Class 3A state semifinal, Humboldt beats the Mount Vernon Mustangs 28-25. You've been listening to a sports presentation of CRM Live Sports. And for John Haggerty, Scott Unash saying so long from the Unidome in Cedar Falls.